Russ Martin Show.
Hi, Robert.
Hey, Russ. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, I hate to bring the bad stuff into it, but Gavin better think about getting some tests, maybe some AIDS tests or something. If this skank's diddling that guy, there's no telling what's going on there, if you know what I'm saying.
They only been seeing each other for a couple of months. I would hope that Gavin's wearing something.
Well,
that's a good question, though. Thanks. I'll ask you. I bet he didn't. Because, he gets all excited knowing that he's going to have sex.
Gavin.
Were you wearing condoms?
Always.
Every single time?
Mm-hmm.
Not once? Did you slip?
No. She didn't want to, but I did.
Yeah.
I'm very particular about that. I got too much riding on the line.
No, I understand. Yeah, she didn't want you to wear a condom. Why be the only one with it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
No.
God. Yeah, I've had that before, too. Nobody else would want to use a condom, okay? Yep. That overemphasizes why I need to wear it, because I don't know what's going around in your Petri dish. No. I don't think. Is it somebody call about that, or is it just something you're thinking?
Somebody had called after the condom issue. Seeing as how she didn't want to wear one, so a couple of people had called in.
Maybe she was trying to get pregnant and have Gavin's baby?
Right.
Ooh. Ooh.
What? Ooh.
Cut
him some slack just today.
Gavin's baby?
I understand.
Ooh. I think another gorilla got out.
No, he didn't. No. He's a great guy. He deserves a better woman than that.
I want to bang her now.
I know you do. God, I could see it in your eyes.
But because I feel bad for him, I'm not going to go after it.
Quite yet.
I don't think she'd be interested in me. And if you don't leave, and I know you're listening, you don't leave Gavin alone, not only am I going to reveal everything about you that we've been covering up, I'm calling boyfriend and hipping him to everything that's going on. Here's something else. I want you to pay Gavin back for every dime he spent on you over the past 2 months. The whole time you've been lying. You don't give him that, I'm ratting you out to everybody.
That's fair.
He didn't get everything for free where they went. He dropped a lot of cash on her. There were great big weekends to where they had all these different places they were going, places she wanted to go.
Yes.
And Gavin pays for his sports tickets because he told me when he had to go buy them.
Yep.
So none of that was comped. Gavin, I want you to work up a list of how much money you think you spent over the past 2 months. I'm getting it back. That's fair.
I agree. I've seen you do this before. It's quite effective.
Why do you have to be so ugly? How would you like me to react?
Yeah.
Because they've asked that before. Well, why name calling? What have I told you? Don't be it. Don't get called one.
As you stand here in the street dripping.
Yeah. You still got the cheese. You're the cheesiest, and you're going to sit there and point fingers at me. You're right. I'm the one that dropped you off over here. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that told him to come home and you guys be in the house at the same time. I did all of it. This is my fault.
Well, she's got no other defense. You have to, at that point, you have to try to twist it.
He never said this, but I'll bet you either she was going to say it or it was said. Why don't you obviously don't trust me. What are you doing out in front of his house?
Yeah.
Obviously, our relationship, at a certain point, that was going to come out. Obviously, there's no trust in this relationship. I can't even be over here without you driving by and you're spying on me.
And you're dripping on the cement.
Yeah. Had it been me, I wouldn't even got out of the car. You just seen this arm swinging back and forth out of the window.
I know. Well, you wouldn't have gone home the night before. I don't know how he did it, because I've had those moments and those nights, and you can't sleep. you're walking around your house, you can't do anything. All you can think about is what's going on there.
And you're paranoid that you're going to miss something.
Yeah.
Because if the van leaves or anything changes, then you have no concrete. There's nothing concrete, and then you go back to rationalizing. Because we all get in that situation with a chick that we're really into, and we'll rationalize. We'll even rationalize if we see them having sex. Maybe she's thinking about me.
It's breakup sex. She's leaving him.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Man, this story just gives me chills. God, the fact that he could tolerate this kind of stuff. He didn't go to jail. Nothing.
No.
I mean, that's cool. I'm impressed with Gavin.
He didn't scream at her. He didn't do any. I don't know how you do that. I'd have been outside the car. Everybody on the block would have known what was going on.
Chicken noodle art all over the front yard.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have known by the time I left the block what had been going on.
Amazing.
All right, thanks, Ronnie.
There's a lot of restraint.
Maybe he did something he's ashamed he won't tell us.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'd have gone ape.
I can't even think of not walking up to the door and going, let's play this out. You want honesty? Here's what's been going on, everybody.
Or at least as soon as you pull up, you see the moving van in the front yard, you go, all right, I'm going up to the door. I can't imagine talking myself out of not going up to the door.
Me neither.
I'd come through the wall like the Kool-Aid man.
I know.
Every time I'm about done with a visual, it hits me again.
The Russ Martin Show.
Everybody else does.
What was that?
Hold on. How much money I got? How much money would it take for you to say that on the air? Hold on. I got 180. I know it's not a lot of money, but Right there.
Why is that offensive?
Well, it's Good Friday.
All right.
It's kind of the dichotomy of two religions.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well,
What exactly is Good Friday?
it's the day Christ was crucified and died.
All right. Why'd they do that on Good Friday?
Well, I don't think they had it labeled Good Friday. It just happened to be.
Yeah. I'm still missing the joke.
Repeat it and see if the listeners get it. The offensive nature of what you said.
Maybe several hundred can explain it.
That's not really offensive.
I know that we celebrate Easter
Yes.
because that's the day of resurrection.
Right.
Day that Jesus came out, pushed the boulder away, saw a shadow, and then we got a 6
Yes, that's what happened.
Now, how is it? What?
Still laughing at what you said.
How is it?
A shadow.
I've said that before. When I saw a shadow, you know the 6 weeks of winter.
So now Jesus is a rodent.
Wow.
No, you said it. He said it. I didn't.
The Jesus bunny. All right, so we're, how is it our sins were washed away with his resurrection?
Well, through the blood of Christ, we're forgiven of our sins, and through Christ, basically Christ is kind of the bridge between humanity and God. Through him, no one shall pass.
I don't understand these rules. Had Jesus not died, our sins wouldn't have been forgiven?
Yeah, because there really would be a Christianity.
Well, what was Jesus preaching while he was here?
I love
Was he
forgiveness.
selling Amway?
No.
But that's where I got these sandals.
No.
Now, if you get 3 more Philistines in your downline.
By the way, this week we're baptizing people in hand soap.
Oh my God, we're taking a religious holiday and just smeared with crap.
There's nothing negative about this.
You just said Jesus sold Amway.
What you said there wouldn't had it was the Jews
Yeah.
that crucified Jesus.
Well, technically it's the Romans, but it was the Jews who denounced Jesus as a false prophet.
All right, so had the Jews not denounced Jesus, technically our sins would have never been forgiven.
Yeah, we'd probably all be Jews.
So that's the way that plays out.
Right. That was the divergence of two religions.
Oh. Well, thank you, Easter Jew.
I'm going to say it now.
Yeah.
Can we go home?
I don't understand why he had to die. Christianity.
Thank you, Easter Jew.
You're welcome. How did this start? Oh, I know. Marty, my accountant, is Jewish. Talked to Chuck today and he wished him a happy Easter.
Oh, okay.
Well, of course you would. I don't understand why there wouldn't be Christianity. Don't get too deep.
Okay.
If Jesus hadn't have died.
Well, because it was the ultimate sacrifice of being nailed on a cross and his insides torn open, vinegar.
Well, you can just say his death.
Crucifixion.
Why does that absolve me of my sins?
Because Christ was
I know
a perfect man.
Okay.
He died sinless. But because of his sacrifice, you accept him. That's the path to God for Christians.
I still don't get why he had to die.
Because he had to make the ultimate sacrifice.
The ultimate sacrifice.
God sacrificed his only son for the forgiveness of sins. so man could have a link to heaven.
Well, God could have created that link regardless if Jesus ever existed or not.
Well, but
these rules are screwy.
God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son to die on the cross.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's very poorly codified.
And how the hell did we get from that to bunny rabbits and eggs?
Yeah. Where the Easter bunnies come from?
Pagan rituals.
Well, I don't get it. How did the bunny come into this?
Bunny is fertility. Easter was also in trying to put all the calendars together. And
Easter, he was selling calendars?
Well, in syncing up Christian holidays, pagan holidays, the time of Easter is also the celebration of fertility, which there you got the bunnies and the eggs. And
all right.
Alrighty.
Why do we dye the eggs? Is that a Reverend Wright thing? I mean, one time of the year, eggs ain't white. So really, we've taken Easter, and regardless of what we've said over the past 3 or 4 minutes, society's bastardized it.
Yeah, same thing as Christmas.
Because to celebrate the resurrection of Christ, we hide eggs in the yard.
Well, it's make peeps. Little marshmallow peeps. You know those little marshmallow chickens? You've seen them. They're yellow. We make candy and
we have the Cadbury eggs.
Cadbury eggs.
You know where those come from?
No, I don't. I don't think you knew either.
What?
One year, did you hide a keg and call it the Easter keg?
Yeah, I think we've done that a couple of times. Stuck it someplace, gave vague clues, and if you found it,
you bring it up here and get a prize or whatever.
Well, you got a keg full of beer.
Didn't we hide a bunch of mini liquor bottles around the station last year?
I did that at the house.
I think we did it.
We did it up here too, yeah.
We'll let Chloe go.
Did you want to do it again?
I think we have enough minis.
Well, yeah. It is the celebration of the resurrection of Christ.
Joey made us
smashed.
Well, he had the wine and the crackers.
Joey made us a bunch of confetti eggs to smack on people's heads.
How do you tie that back into Jesus?
We're talking about Easter eggs.
Was Jesus a little prank?
Oh, he was.
Let me see it.
There you go. She's made 50 dozen of those in my house.
You just pop the bottom out, shove confetti in it?
Yeah, gotta wash them, soak them in bleach, dry them, crack them, the whole thing. She's been doing it all.
Did she learn all this from you?
No, not at all. And then she normally paints them.
Again, I don't get how this ties into Jesus.
It's not Jesus, it's Easter. And they're hiding the eggs.
Was this something that Jesus would pull on the lepers when he'd go up to them?
I'm going to heal you. Psych.
The instant I touch you, your leprosy will be gone.
Really?
Maybe next time. Silly leper. Yeah, that's dandy.
Yeah, it goes everywhere.
All right. Any other religion we want to bastardize before we move on?
I don't think so. I think thank you, Easter Jew was fine.
Yeah.
Whether we peaked.
Line 2? Yes, Alex.
I was just going to say the crucifixion was necessary for the resurrection. That's why he was crucified. I mean, the sacrifice was part of it, but...
Well, I understand. If you're going to have a resurrection, somebody's going to have to take one for the team.
Well, exactly. So, I mean, the only way to have eternal life is to be resurrected. And so if Christ had never been crucified, he could never be resurrected, we could never have eternal life and live with God again.
But if all our sins have been absolved, why is it that I got to worry about what I'm doing now?
Well, that comes with a faith and mercy and grace, and we have to do all we can first.
Yeah, that's too hard. So the crucifixion of Christ was more of a, and don't anybody take this wrong,
okay,
a dog and pony show so he could be resurrected.
No, that guy, crucifixions were fairly common as a form of punishment and death.
All right.
In fact, there were 2 other people.
I still don't understand why he had to die to absolve me of my sins. That didn't make any sense. It's like some screwy rule that God made up.
Well, before Christ, there was...
And how did we know that that's the way that it was going to play out?
Well, we didn't.
So they were just taking a chance?
Well, Christ knew what was going to happen.
But nobody else did?
No, not until the Last Supper, and he said, one of you will betray me. And they betrayed him, and he was turned over to the Romans. Crown of thorns, whipped.
Does this baffle anybody else?
Yeah, it does.
I think it baffles a lot of people. And that's why we have innumerable different interpretations and all sorts of different
I could
churches.
still believe in God had you not gone through the whole crucifixion thing.
Yeah, forgiveness too. Jesus could just have said, you know what, I'm here. I'm God's flesh. I forgive you're done. I'm covering y'all.
But that's God's will.
Yeah. Got you back. All right. Just this one time.
Yeah.
Everybody gets the King's X. All right? There's no reason for the rest of the stuff that you had planned. That's absurd. And I don't think I'd care for it. And if you do it,
yes,
I'm telling. And you can forget about the King's X, because I'm going to come back and get every one of you. The whole process I know the entire religion's based on this, but I don't get it.
Well,
what is it, Dan?
I think I can simplify it, and hopefully this helps you. Every great story needs a climax. Jesus wouldn't have been the character or person he was, real or otherwise, had he lived to be 100 years old and just died on his deathbed from natural causes.
Like being a martyr.
Exactly. He had to have the martyrdom.
He skated on the martyrdom because he was resurrected. Then he pushed the boulder and saw his chin.
And then 6 weeks
later.
Yeah, and there are people who believe Jesus was just a man. But in moral and corrupt times, they made up Jesus Christ, put him on the cross, he died. They took him out of the tomb, said, look, miracle.
That's crazy.
Well, then others believe he's the Son of God.
To celebrate the resurrection of the Son of God, we get Cadbury eggs on Easter.
Again, that's kind of a different thing. But yeah, most people have lost the meaning of Easter as a whole. Yeah. Thank you.
Very insightful.
Same thing with Christmas.
Don't even.
What?
Don't even start on Christmas. Look at the phones. You start them up.
Who does start up?
I don't know. Whoever's on the lines are all lit up.
Which one do I want to take, Dan? 5? Yes, Sandra.
Russ, the reason that God had to sacrifice his son is because we're too stupid to just be told this is what we have to do. We had to actually see it actually happen before we would actually believe that that's the case.
And that's probably one of the few analysis that I buy. You people are freaking idiots, and the only way that I'm going to get this into your boneheads is I'm going to have to give my only son, let you kill him to show you. Was it showing you?
Yeah.
That I'm in business. Serious.
See, because if we were smart enough and we had a brain, we would still be going by the Old Testament. But he goes, God, they're so stupid. 10 Commandments wasn't enough. It's just too hard to follow. We got to do something else. So he sacrificed his son, and now that's all we have to do is believe in the resurrection to go to heaven.
It's amazing that you have. Thanks, Sandra. You have to have that penalty of going to hell as an incentive not to jack people around.
Yeah, I still think that was...
To me, the Bible really could have been, a couple of sentences. Don't be a jackass.
Okay.
Come to heaven. Screw people around. I'm going to burn you.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the oldest motivator in the book, the carrot and the stick. The carrot's heaven, the stick's hell. You mess up, you get the stick.
What?
Well, when you're trying to get a mule to do something, you dangle a carrot in front of them.
All right, hang on. Let me make sure that I follow this along.
All right.
The Romans were mules in this analysis, this analogy.
Well, no, we're all mules in this analogy. People who would...
But I said I didn't have to have the crucifixion to believe in God. Well, I don't think we could get where we are today on our own. That would be beyond egotistical. Dan Lewis would believe it.
Yes, he did.
In fact, Dan Lewis, isn't he
He's an atheist. Isn't he an atheist?
Agnostic. Atheist, what's the difference?
Agnostics acknowledge a God. They just really don't believe in it much. Atheists don't believe in God. I believe Dan was an atheist.
Yeah. Most egotistical people are.
Yes.
But anyway, you get the carrot, you see, and dangle it in front of the mule. That's the positive reinforcement. That's heaven to people who would seek to believe.
Okay, and where is mule hell?
Well, that comes in the form of the stick.
Well, that's not really...
Well,
you just don't get the carrot.
Well, no, if you don't go for the carrot, you get the stick.
And that's mule hell.
That's hell, period. That's hell for everybody.
No more analogies from you.
And if you don't want to...
I'm done with this.
Okay.
If I don't want to what?
You know, that's... Judaism is... They don't believe in Christ. They believe in God, the God of the Old Testament, and they're, through good lives and good work, you go to heaven.
Okay. And that's really the way all religions should be based. There's no reason to go back and break it down into different factions with Pentecostal or Catholic. What? Is Gavin Catholic?
Yes, he is.
So you can't have meat today?
Not supposed to, yeah.
Why?
No reason.
Okay, what are you planning?
I want to take any more of those. How long before we need a break?
3 minutes.
All right.
Take JR on line 8. He's talking about the reason why Jesus had to die.
All right, JR, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you, the reason that Christ had to die was in the Old Testament. God demanded a blood sacrifice to absolve sins, and in that time it was a lamb, and it had to be a perfect lamb without spot or blemish, and Jesus Christ was the perfect human being, so his sacrifice was able to take the sins of everybody in the world.
All right, that's the phrase blood of the lamb, because I've heard that.
Yeah.
And also the Lamb of God.
The perfect sacrifice, the lamb without spot or blemish. So, and that's it. That's why he had to die.
All right, thanks. If you were to take all these different rules,
lay them out,
get some dice, some paper money, and take it to Parker Brothers, they'd beat your ass. Because none of it makes any sense.
Again, that's why so many people question it. For so many years, there's no obvious answer.
Well, and that's why they throw back in your face. Nothing tangible, nothing we can really prove. That's why we call it faith.
Right.
If I gave you something tangible...
If every time you sinned, you burst into flames, people would stop. If it was that obvious, but it's not. Hey, he got away with murder, and OJ's still walking the streets. So clearly, I
think I would test it on a couple of different levels. All right, I'm just going to look at pornography once. Maybe I'll just do it till my hair's gone. I get a nice little tan.
You know what the limits are there.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't burst into flames for every sin, just bad ones. Pornography, maybe you just get, some kind of sunburn. Yeah. Can we break here?
Yeah.
Let's don't come back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Why do you like that better, the reincarnation?
Well, it just seems to make more sense. It's a lot more logical. I mean, the whole idea of heaven and hell is so arbitrary. You go one sin over the line and you're cast into the depths of hell forevermore. One sin less and you're in heaven for eternity. I mean, it just makes...
I don't understand why with the reincarnation. You're talking about is that Gail? All right, hang on. Put your fantastic story on hold.
All right, then.
Hi, Gail.
Hi there.
What do you got?
Well, it just went away. let me click this again, and then I'll have something for you besides Don Davis Auto Group. Yes. In Dallas, on the tollway southbound, just before LBJ, there's a wreck in the right lane. It's only slow from Spring Valley, though. On westbound LBJ at Marsh, there's a wreck in the HOV lane, and traffic is backed up to at least Preston. Southbound 67 at Redbird, only one lane's getting through due to a crash. Traffic is heavy from beyond Polk. In Richardson, northbound 75 before Renner, the right lane's blocked. That was two separate wrecks, and traffic is backed up to Forest Lane. Anything heading toward Six Flags, stacked up. Anything heading for the Fort Worth Zoo is stacked up this afternoon. Plus, in Arlington, on southbound 360 past I-30, there's a disabled vehicle in that center lane, heavy from Avenue J. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Gail. 50 for the low tonight, going to be 72 tomorrow. And cooling off and more rain on Sunday. Should probably only 58 and some rain. 72 now at Live 105.3.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I don't know how any of this works, but just in terms of what appeals to me, logically, the idea of reincarnation.
You don't like sinning going to hell. You like sinning, being reincarnated, and you take those lessons and you move forward.
Exactly.
All right, what's the ultimate goal?
Well, I think it would be nice.
You know what? I was going to jump in and be on your side until you said that. Now you're on the other.
Look, I have no idea how this works, but I think it would be nice.
Well, nobody does. That's why you have to have different interpretations of the Bible, and people got to go to church every Sunday so the pastor can explain to you what the Bible means. Why make it so freaking hard?
I agree. Well, and so
all right, go back to your thing.
Well,
it would be nice.
It would be nice if we were perhaps here to learn some sort of lesson or lessons.
Soul growth.
Yeah, exactly. You've heard the term old souls. I mean, and I think if you believe this, that comes from having lived a succession of lives in which you have learned lessons that allow you to grow and your collective unconscious.
And the ultimate goal is what?
To become very Gandhi-ish, for your soul to graduate and maybe leave the earth.
Well, I don't want to go through all these. So you leave the earth?
Ultimately, you don't have to keep
because I don't want to
back.
go over this over and over and over, and the only thing I get out of is I got to stay here, but I'm smart.
Well, I again.
Hang on, let me never go with this.
Yeah, this is my fantasy.
My bad.
It would be nice.
It would be nice if ultimately we could, after we've learned all the lessons that we're supposed to have learned through our successive lives.
Like a continuing education course.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
We reach a certain point at which we no longer need to return, and we stay in, a heavenly type place. In other words, where we are now.
With all the other egotistical bastards.
Well, no, I don't want to be there, but
Gandhi wasn't egotistical.
You don't know that.
Well, okay, all those stories were wrong then.
You get to a certain point to where you've been back several times and you know all there is to know, and you're enlightened. You're going to be a jackass.
No. Well, not if you're enlightened, because you'll be introspective enough to know that that's not the enlightened path.
But you're also going to know that everybody else around you isn't enlightened, and you're going to look at them as window lickers.
No, not at all.
Dan? Yeah, you're on the right track there.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Think of it this way, too. Anytime something wrong was happening, what would he do? He'd do some civil unrest protest thing, so he'd fast. Why would he fast if he knew it wouldn't do any good? That's ego. He knows by him doing that, it'll get people's attention, ergo ego.
I'm Gandhi. I'm not eating. Something must be wrong. And because I have a direct link with God,
yes,
and I'm really the person you want to ignore.
But no, that's not what Gandhi did.
What did he do?
Gandhi wanted to...
I know he shopped the same place that Jesus did.
Gandhi wanted to bring attention to the fact that of British rule in that area and wanted them out, and so the only way to do that...
Is that story going to have a funny ending?
No.
Then don't tell it.
Okay.
Were you done with your reincarnation?
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Okay.
And I agree with Everett.
About reincarnation?
Absolutely. So it's the only thing that makes sense.
You think that's what happens, or you think, or you're saying it would be nice?
It would be nice. It's the thing that makes most sense to me. And I could be dead wrong, obviously. We're all going to get to heaven and go, well, I'll be damned. I was wrong.
I got to sit here next to Dan Lewis.
I'll be damned.
Anyway.
Hey, is there any way to get back out of here? How much it costs to get to hell?
It's the only thing to me that makes sense, too. It's why, when a baby
maybe
dies...
I went to hell if I'm sitting next to Dan.
Yeah.
Well, let me explain to you how things...
Let me explain for eternity.
How things work in heaven for eternity.
Okay, I'm going to kill somebody. They'll send me down.
All right, what were you about to say?
I was just going to say that's something that makes sense to me. It's like when a baby dies, he's committed no sins.
Okay,
and
what lesson did that child have a chance to learn?
Nothing. And that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that makes sense. Why? First of all, on two levels. The baby dying.
It would be nice.
It would be nice. If the thought is a baby dies, he gets another soul,
gets a shot at it.
A chance of life. And maybe
But he didn't get a chance to learn anything, so why take him out so soon?
He didn't, but possibly his life and his death taught other people lessons. And on the other end, somebody that is...
this is crazy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It makes more sense.
Also,
all of this is some way to comfort yourself when something happens that seems unjust. A baby dying or a kid, dog, animals, whatever. It seems unjust. This is the way that we console ourselves.
Okay. I'll go to
so you believe in a greater being, and he knows what's going on. I'm too stupid to get it because I haven't gone through the continuing education course.
Yes.
I'm too stupid. He knows it's God's plan. Well, if he's got a plan, why go through the dress rehearsal anyway? Just take us to the end of it.
I also believe that God wouldn't take a soul, create a soul, and then cast it into hell. For instance, how much better is God as a father than I am? Infinitely, correct?
All right.
A better father. I would never take one of my children, no matter what they did.
I don't know that he was that great of a father. He let him play with the Romans. Isn't that right?
Yeah, but that was Jesus' fulfillment of his life and prophecy.
Yeah, I'd rather go to community college.
Well, that's why you meet the Jesus.
You don't know that. Hurry up with this because I'm getting bored.
I'm done. That's it. I just think if as much as I love my own kids, God loves us that much. I doubt seriously He'd ever cast any of us into hell forever. So I don't really believe in a hell forever. I mean, I believe you go and
you go to hell for a little while.
No, I don't believe you go to hell at all. I believe you come back as another soul and attempt to learn.
What it says in the Bible there's a heaven and a hell.
I know.
Eternal damnation.
It says a lot of
burning
things.
flames.
I know.
The guy with the potted meat. Everything's down there.
You can't have a heaven without
what? What guy with potted meat?
Well, devil guy. Oh, God. I had to eat that stuff for a week when I didn't have any cash. Trust me.
Yeah. Deviled ham?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that tastes like. I don't think I've ever had it. What's it? Is it just bleh?
Don't repent, you'll find out.
Okay. It's so bad they wrap the can in paper.
Okay. All right.
And they put a devil on it.
I'm done with my great Jesus story.
All right. Anything else before we get to news?
Let me look. Hold on.
Oh, I got a letter from Chief Kunkel.
Really?
And
what did he say?
I know why, but this is the first communication I've gotten from him in 6 or 7 months. He's pissed at me about something, and I don't know what it is.
Well, possibly it's that you always talk about how he spits spinach on everybody he eats around.
He did. We went to lunch. I sat across him. He was having some spinach queso. Most of it come flying at me.
Maybe, I don't know, broadcasting that bothered him. And telling the mayor that he spits on you when he eats bothers him. You're stirring it up down at City Hall. Quit.
We've done stuff before.
I know.
Chief Kunkel and I, we've dinner, bowling, lunch. Why would you take something like that and take it personally?
Because you're saying he's a pig.
No. I just said he likes to talk when he's eating, and sometimes he likes to sling things. And I told Mayor Leopard, if you're going to have lunch with him, sit next to him. Not across.
I understand.
What's right?
Yeah, possibly telling the mayor of the city not to sit across from the chief of police because you'd get food on you. He might have. I mean, he's sensitive that way, probably. He just took the offense at it.
You want to hear the letter?
Yes. Yeah.
Dear Mr. Martin, on behalf of the members of the Dallas Police Department, I want to express our deepest gratitude and appreciation for your support and assistance with the family of Senior Corporal Victor A. Lozada, Sr. Although we are deeply saddened by the recent loss of Victor, we are also thankful for the people in our community that help us during our time of grief. Your kindness by providing the Lozada family with a monetary donation was most generous. The contribution from the Russ Martin Show Listeners Foundation greatly honored the memory of Senior Corporal Lozada Sr. and brought comfort to his family and the men and the women of the Dallas Police Department. Sincerely, the Great Spinach Slinger.
Can't imagine why he didn't call.
Yeah. He knows I'm jacking around.
Well, I know, but, you know.
These things are hard for me to read as well.
I know. That's very nice, though.
What?
Is that the first time that they've written a letter to you?
No, I get a letter from Kunkel every time.
Do you?
Yeah. I get a letter from almost all the departments. Or the family calls. Officer Lozato's son called, I think, a day after we had the check delivered.
Yes, he did. Very touching.
He had such a good attitude, positive. It was amazing.
Well, the day after.
No, it was a week or so.
Oh, was it? I thought it was short.
Well, it took longer for the check to get there because I was sick the week that Officer Lozato died.
Right.
In fact, there was a news story on Channel 8. Brett Ship's been looking at this already. It was either yesterday or this week. Somebody else died in the exact same spot on the Houston Viaduct.
Yeah, he did another story on that today. How many accidents have been right in that exact same spot?
And there are signs of, sharp turn, 20 miles an hour. But at night, I know Officer Lozato, this didn't happen at night, but at night there's supposed to be flashing lights there, and those don't work. So what heads up do you get then? And then Dwayne Caraway, what is he, Mayor Pro Tem?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. He's the only one so far on the city council that said possibly we need to eyeball this.
Yeah.
Because you've got a recurrence here, almost in the exact same spot of people dying.
Yeah, Brett Ship took a camera down that wall, and there's just scar after scar after scar after scar of cars, and obviously a motorcycle that hit that wall.
What are you holding?
This is an email I got, and this is some pictures I want to show you since you were talking about that. JD, I spoke with you several months ago regarding the Heroes Park in Arlington. I told you I would let you know when the brick was laid. The first brick, which reads the Russ Martin Foundation 1053,
I don't want to see this,
has been placed. The brick is 1 foot by a foot square. Look at the pictures, please. Would you please just look at the pictures? It's not going to change it. They're already laid. The second brick, which reads the Russ Martin Show KLLI, has not been delivered as of this time. I will keep you posted. Attached are pictures so you will have an idea what the park and the brick looks like.
When they brought this up, I said I appreciated it. I don't think a radio... Who's wheezing in a mic?
I'm over here, so I'm not...
That don't mean nothing.
He's ain't wheezing. I could be, though. I'm sick. I just had this cough.
All right.
Nope, not me.
I said I appreciated the gesture, but you don't take a radio show and slam it into a park that's set aside for heroes. You don't.
Well, they do, and that was put together. The money was donated by officers.
Then I'll go take it out.
You're going to break the law and go vandalize your own brick.
My brick got my name on it. I just don't know how you, and I'm not slamming them, but why you would take a park specifically set aside for fallen police and fire and stick a radio show in there.
It's not a radio show. It's you. And you do a lot for their families. They all know, and I'm not going to go off on this, but they all know when they go to work every day, God forbid something bad happened, you're there for their family. That would be, if somebody was there for my family, it would be such a blessing.
Why do you want to make me cry?
I'm sorry. It's because it's the truth. Every day when they go to work, they know, God forbid I don't come home tonight, somebody's going to be there for my wife and kids.
That's funny to you, isn't it?
Not funny at all. It's funny to watch you cry, yeah.
Spin the wheel.
No! I'm spinning the wheel.
Spin it.
I ain't going to do it. I cried too.
That don't mean you don't get to spin it.
I'm spinning the wheel because I gave you a compliment.
You can be crying because you got to spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Spinning the wheel.
Spin the wheel for me, Trey.
Oh, for what? Because you cried?
You go out of your way to do this to me.
Pussy.
Trey, wheel. Are you crying too?
No, I was about to go over all the officers you've helped.
No.
While you're...
Wheel. Wheel.
He's right.
Spin it. Spin the wheel.
Yeah. Jesus, this is ridiculous.
Let me see.
Congratulations, you will do the Mexican half dance. You'll wear a nice sombrero, mounted on a turntable, equipped with maravilloso spinning rockets. Buena suerte, gringo. It's time for El Sombrero de Fuego. Good luck.
Kiss my ass.
Load that up during the break.
This is ridiculous.
The ass.
Because I was telling you what you do for police officers. I have to dance with a Mexican hat dance.
You were okay yesterday with Gavin getting a plate job because he screwed up.
I didn't screw up.
What happened? Gavin threw out some stupid comment early in the show, so he had to get the plate job.
Really?
Do you know that one?
No, I don't.
Let me find that one. I think that this explains it. Well, hang on. Do we still have the audio? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being rude. Did you want to hear this?
Yes, please. Does it need a setup of any type other than what you've given?
No. Trey and Dan go and they grab Gavin, drag him in here.
All right.
And then Chloe's responsible for dropping dime on Gavin.
Excellent.
Okay.
It's a job like no other. It's time for you to receive a plate job. You'll have a crystal clear view of some nice food.
Pull him down on the floor.
Enjoy the view and good luck.
I think he hasn't come in this.
And you know what a plate job is?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm actually with you on this one.
No! Hey, Chuck, would you hold the plate over his head?
Don't play! Don't play!
All right, he don't want the plate.
A fatal error.
Yes, a bad choice.
I think JD even throws that in there at the end. But I did.
It's a job like no other. It's time for you to receive a plate job. You'll have a crystal clear view of some nice food.
Pull him down on the floor.
Enjoy the view and good luck.
Russ is right, JD. You're getting off easy.
Coming this time. I'm actually with you on this one.
No!
Hey, Chuck, would you hold the plate over his head?
Don't play! Don't play!
All right, he don't want the plate.
Bad choice, Kevin.
No, he don't want the plate. He don't want the plate. Let him.
No!
Go ahead, Ken.
No! Look up! Don't look.
Oh, my God. Chloe wasn't able to drop anything on you.
Oh, that's too bad.
It made a little groundhog appearance.
Yes.
And then back in. So just for a couple seconds, Chloe was a puppy.
Excellent.
So I think between the two, I think you skated, John.
I didn't do anything. I didn't throw down some stupid line. I didn't do anything.
That's why
You bring that up to make me cry.
No, I didn't, but it does. It's touching. It's touching for the officers. It's touching for all of us.
I understand that.
Okay, then why?
But I really don't like to. I know this sounds crass. I don't really like to interact with the families because that's one reason I don't deliver the check. I always give it to somebody else. Because you hand something to somebody, then obviously you're expecting some type of thank you. That's not the reason of the foundation. The whole reason was just to get out of tickets.
No, it wasn't. No, it was certainly
and
not.
DWIs.
Yeah, I haven't tested that one yet.
I understand. No, it certainly was not. We all know that.
No, that's what I come up with.
No. No.
Did you want something else, Trey?
No, that's fine.
You were going to read something. What was it?
Yeah, Trey, read it. Big man.
And if I tear up?
It means you have emotion.
Uh-huh. Also means I'm probably going to get another sombrero. Well,
that's fine.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
I ain't saying crap.
Did they get the engineering window fixed?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was back in by the time I got here today.
All right.
What's wrong with the engineering window? Oh, no. Oh, God, you're snorting, JD.
We got a new shipment of airbags, and we've been blowing them up all week.
Oh, God. Now, okay.
And what we stick it in at the end of the show?
Was
just a bucket of
goo,
salsa, just many
jelly,
different things Chuck could find. Threw it in there.
All right.
And when it went off, the airbag or part of the can it was in went through engineering.
Broke the window?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Shattered it.
Is that it? I'm sorry. Again, I'm being rude. Did you want to go?
Without question.
Okay. How long before we need a break?
This is the best one.
How long? A minute. All right.
Listen to the after
How much time do you need?
After it blows in.
All right.
Please just drop the airbag in the bucket of crap.
Bucket of crap.
All right. Anytime. I think this is our fourth go-round. First time we blew one up just to laid it on its face to see how high it would go in the air.
Establish a baseline.
Well, when we... When we did it in the office, it's obviously it stopped at the ceiling because of the ceiling.
Yeah.
So we wanted to see outside how far it would actually go.
Okay.
What'd you guys say? 30, 35 feet?
35 feet, yeah.
Wow. Now, what automobile are these out of? I know they're different varieties of airbag.
I don't know. Some of them, you can't tell. Some of them said Suzuki.
Okay.
I don't know. We're all guessing that they're the older models.
Okay.
Just because of the force that they're exploding with.
Gotcha.
Because I really don't know. I would want something with that force 1.5 feet away from me going off.
Right.
I don't care what it's going to save me from doing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Several splats.
What happened? Hello?
Don't talk amongst yourselves. Here we go.
Hold on a second. Gavin, what's the matter with you?
Nothing. You have no respect for the radio station.
Why?
Because you do these things.
I just see he's sitting in his office and he pushed himself away from his desk and just crossed his arms.
Really?
I did. I got the window. Are you talking about the window?
Yeah.
I got it fixed.
I know, but I'm talking about that, but you do things and then you say, well, I got it fixed, so there's no problem.
Well, what's the problem?
You have no respect for the radio station. You have no respect for the building that you work in on a daily basis.
I've actually done yard work in this building. Or outside. Well, sometimes you got to do it inside.
Yes.
I've helped paint. I've helped do other things. I bought new furniture for this building. You're sitting on some of it.
You did this because you're the one that blew up all my furniture.
Let it go. You got brand new furniture. The stuff we blew up was junk.
That's not the point.
That depends on how you want to look at it.
No.
It's the result.
All right, so you twisted. We accidentally busted out the window. The intent was not to go out there and just knock the window out.
Yes, that's what I'm upset about. I really don't feel as though you have any respect for the workplace.
I showed concern when I found out they busted the window.
Oh, like how you did.
Well, you giggled. Laughed.
No.
No?
Oh, that smells terrible.
What happened?
It looked like a volcano of
salsa.
What is it? Chloe, you're going to have to move that mic because that one's not plugged in.
We broke a window.
A what? In a car?
Engineering this window that faces out toward the back of the
Did it break it all the way out?
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, there's your concern.
You showed a lot there.
I got the window fixed. If I didn't care, I'd left it busted out.
Yeah, you want to talk about come look at this studio and go look at the other one.
Yeah, look at the auxiliary studio where everybody else broadcasts from. Go in there.
Exactly what this room would look like.
I'll give you $50. You go in that studio and you tongue kiss the floor.
First of all, you would never give me $50.
Oh, if you'll lick the console,
I'm in.
Wait a minute, I got cash.
Yeah. I don't have any cash.
Oh, I'll spot you.
All right. Yeah.
You got 20. I'm in 20.
You go in there and run your tongue across anything in that studio.
We got to see it.
And we'll cough up this cash.
I want the cash first.
There it is. I got 20 right here.
Anybody else?
I got 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got some money in the car. Whatever it
Here,
takes.
there's 30.
Somebody has to go in there and watch him do it. I want to see.
I want videotape.
There. Take that. What do you got, Chloe?
I got 7.
And I want my 20 back after he dies.
So much for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. All right, what do we got? We got 50. They got $57. Is that enough to lick it?
Yeah, definitely.
There are people that already gathered in the other studio. All of a sudden, it filled up with people.
He's going to lick the floor?
Oh, we got to get in here and get a good spot.
Gavin's going to come here and lick stuff.
Hell with getting off early on Good Friday. Let's go.
What, Dan?
Actually, I think those they might be clients.
Better.
Oh, yeah, I can't do it now.
Why?
I'm not doing it in front of clients.
Why are clients in that studio?
They're practicing.
To do what?
We're doing planning a potential show.
For the weekends?
Yes.
Do you want to say what it is?
Yeah, it's a racing show.
Which race?
It's just drag racing. Different.
Oh, you mean cars?
Yes.
Oh. My bad. You,
So with David Lee Roth, they didn't do any run-throughs, but with the show, you're going to practice.
So you're gonna go in there and lick stuff for $57?
Yeah, when people leave, absolutely.
Gavin, do you know how nasty that studio is?
Oh, come on, it's not that bad.
That studio is infested.
I'm in the process of fixing it.
What, Gavin? It's been that way for how long? We've been here. It's been that way for 6 or 7 years.
I know, but look, I put new painting on the windows. It looks good.
Nobody takes care of it in there.
Well, I'm starting my own little pet project.
In this studio, you can come in and you can lick every inch of the carpet because we clean the studio every day. And then it gets a sturdy cleaning or a thorough cleaning on Fridays.
You do a great job at that.
That studio smells like it had a bunch of cabbies sit in there for 6 months, naked.
Fine.
And he has to lick all the microphones, too.
No, we're not adding to this.
Oh, the floor's enough. If you put your tongue on that floor, I may be in for another 20.
Well, what do you want, the floor or the microphone?
No, we're not licking the microphone.
Suck the mic.
I'm not going to suck a mic. Jesus, that would be gay.
Not really.
I think the floor is nastier because, man, there are stains that look like spooge on that floor.
You think there's spooge in there?
There are.
No. Dan, you know what? Hang on. Dan broadcasts from there every Saturday night. Does it look like there's spooge on the carpet?
I think they've cleaned it up. But there are some stains. I remember it was underneath where the computer is to the left of the board. There's a silver column, and there was some very
obvious
whitish markings. I'm not saying that's what it was.
Well, that's spooge.
That's a 3 a.m. board op, getting tired and bored.
I was thinking more morning drive.
Oh, okay.
Do we need a break? All right, we'll be back.
Do you want to get right? We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. The most listened to afternoon show.
Ready for news, Dan? Nothing else before we get started?
Let me look here.
I'm just asking.
Some funny audio of Dick Cheney the other day. I still have that. Also, I've won a BMW for free. That's exciting. And also, yesterday, since Gail's...
You won a BMW?
Yeah.
What? It took me a second to realize what you said.
BMW car.
I thought it was an email. Somebody wanted the BMW for free.
No, I got one for free. International Awareness Promotion Department of the BMW Automobile Company. This is out of London, United Kingdom. The Board of Directors, members of staff, and International Awareness Promotion Department of BMW congratulate you on the success of your... basically, they're giving me a BMW.
What'd you have to do to get that?
I don't know. Didn't have to do anything.
You register someplace?
No. I got how much money? Car plus 750,000 British pounds, whatever that is, however much money. And then there's a reference number, a ticket number. All they want is my name, age, sex, address, country, phone, occupation, and bank information. I'm good to go.
So wait, you said you won 750,000 pounds?
Yeah, pounds.
That's about 1.6 million.
Yeah?
Sweet.
Is it really?
Yeah, dollar's bad.
How long before the car gets here?
I wrote them back. I give them all that information except the bank information.
Did you really?
Uh-huh. Let's see how far they'll go with it. I wrote them back.
Hang on, full name. That's no problem. Age, sex. You gave me your address?
Yeah.
Put it up here?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Country, phone. I don't see on here where it asks for bank information.
It doesn't. I was just kidding. That's the next step. Here's probably what's going to happen. They're going to say, we're ready. Your car's on the boat All you got to do is pay taxes. And if you just give us your bank information, we'll deduct the taxes and the car's coming. That's what I'm going to guess is the
Well, why
next
wouldn't
step.
they just take it out of the 750,000 pounds?
Because it's bookkeeping. It's one account and another account.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
There's actually a website.
That's the first time I've seen this one.
There's a website that a guy has established showing pictures of things that he's had people as part of this scam do, thinking that they're going to get him to pay money if they do it. Like there's a picture, he got a guy to hold up a sign that says, "I can't believe it's not butter." He got another guy to get a tattoo saying he'd been baited by this other guy. I mean, just all sorts of ideas if you want to try and get back at the scammers.
I don't understand.
Well, JD, if he were to perpetuate this...
Do you understand what he said?
I think so.
It's a way to get back at the people that are trying to scam you.
And some guy got a tattoo?
Some guy in I think he's supposed to be in Nigeria, got a tattoo of saying that he got baited by this person that he was actually himself trying to scam.
I'm lost. You know what? And I don't care.
Okay.
Dan.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Okay.
4:35. Dan O'Malley's here with news. Oh, hang on. What's the Dick Cheney audio?
Oh, you got to hear that.
Hang on. Is this, was this a clip, ABC or somebody, a news reporter, told him that most of the country didn't approve of the war?
ABC News anchor Martha Raddatz tells about Vice President Dick Cheney, 2/3 of Americans think the war in Iraq is not worth fighting, and he has a comment for that.
I don't approve of most of his policy type stuff, but I would love to see him as the president for the next 4 years just for the entertainment
I
factor.
voted immediately.
The only thing that ruined the clip was he went on to expound. Had he just thrown out his first response and left it there, let her sit in it.
Well, he kind of did, and she followed up with, huh?
All right, what kind?
What was it? It was 29.
You heard this, Trey?
I have not.
He's a little scamp.
2/3 of Americans say it's...
2/3 of Americans. That's what she started with.
2/3 of Americans say it's not worth fighting.
So?
So he didn't really expound until she asked him that question. She goes, so? I love it. So I got to listen to that over and over and over. He immediately gets that crooked smile. Okay.
Yeah, can you play it again? I wasn't really expecting it.
Well, the clip's longer than that. I stopped it after the... So, Dan? What do you want to know? Do you want something else?
Well, yeah.
2/3 of Americans say it's not worth fighting.
So?
So? You don't care what the American people think?
No, I think...
No hesitation. No, nothing. Just, so? That's...
About like LBJ, and people asking why we're in Vietnam. He just
pulls
puts it out.
That's why we're in Vietnam. Your penis is the reason we're in Vietnam? Yeah.
So? You don't...
Back it up.
Say it's not worth fighting.
So?
So? You don't care what the American people think?
No, I think you cannot be blown off course by the fluctuations in the public opinion polls.
So he didn't have to. He didn't immediately go to expound. She kind of drug it out of him.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. I thought he said no, and then immediately started to explain.
No, right. He just so.
He let her sit in it.
2/3 of Americans say it's not worth fighting.
So?
So? You don't care what the American people think?
No, I think you cannot be blown off course.
What is it, Trey?
And this is like the Bush deal a couple weeks ago with the gas. I think you're going to have the next 9 months of just clips like this of them going, what do I care?
Okay.
Yeah, Bush is having a press conference, and one of the questions is, with gas projected to hit $4 a gallon, Bush stops him. How much? Did you keep that one?
Let me look here if I kept that. I don't think I did. Yes, 10.
What'd you say? Yeah.
What's your advice to the average American who is hurting now, facing the prospect of $4 a gallon gasoline? A lot of people facing.
Wait, what did you just say? You're predicting $4 a gallon.
A number of analysts are predicting $4 a gallon gasoline this spring when they reformulate.
That's interesting. I hadn't heard that.
I think Trey's right. As the end of the administration draws to the end. And I think Cheney's going to be the bigger dick.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, what do you get?
Most of the American public don't agree with that. I don't care. I've never cared. I acted like I did.
For a while.
I don't now.
Vice President, your approval rating's at 18%. Yeah. Guess it's going to make it tough for me to get another job.
18% is low, isn't it? That means over 80% don't like me.
Two-thirds of Americans say it's not worth fighting.
So
you don't care what the American people think?
No, I think you cannot be.
You're right. He wasn't going to give her anything else to go on.
No. So, can you expound?
No. I answer your question. If you're going to badger me, I'm going to leave.
This is coming from a guy who shot his friend in the face. Do you really think he's going to care about a public opinion poll?
Yeah. I made his friend apologize.
Two-thirds of Americans say it's not worth fighting.
So
you don't care what the American people think?
No, I think you cannot be.
No, I'm not going to run again. I couldn't give a rat's ass about you or the American public. So, what you think? And he's right for the most part. You can't make it a beauty pageant or a popularity contest.
No, because
as far as the polls go, because if you go with the polls, the troops would be in and out.
Yeah, and you're based on what David Letterman's saying and everybody else.
But you're right, Russ. You don't say so.
Yeah, you do. It's golden.
Two-thirds of Americans say it's not worth fighting.
So
you don't care what the
And I saw the interview. There's no emotion on his face. It just barely looks like he's awake.
Well, you're right. What does he care at this point? What's his motivation?
He's 18. What's going to happen? What's the worst going to happen?
Yeah. Most people already think we're screw ups. Yeah. I don't care.
Would you like to see him a little Dick Cheney?
Yeah, you want to see Little Dick? Maybe he's got something else to say. Really? Look at this. Watch. It's my favorite thing to do on national television. You see it? Watch this when I squeeze it. Putin. See, it's like Putin. What, Dan?
Ahmadinejad.
Yeah. What? Are you watching?
Yes.
If you don't look, I'm not going to stay.
I'm looking.
Topo year. Hang on a second. Here's something I learned at a party. Watch it. You looking?
Yes.
It's called a Peter Queef.
Thank you, Vice President.
You're welcome. Hang on. Give me that glass of water. Watch this. I forgot what the question was.
He's lost Chuck.
He's on the floor. Oh, he's gone.
Well, yeah, you come on.
In fact, you have any smokes on you? Watch it. All right. Do we start this?
No.
Then let me go ahead.
Friday, March 21st, 2008. Birthdays today. Kevin Federline turns 30. Matthew Broderick turns 46. Rosie O'Donnell is also 46. On Saturday, William Shatner turns 77. Reese Witherspoon turns 32. Bob Costas is 56. Also on Saturday, Wolf So Black Blitzer turns 60. Pat Robertson from the 700 Club turns 78. Carl Malden turns 96. And on Sunday, Richard Grieco turns 43. Jason Kidd, the new Maverick, is 35. John Wayne Bobbitt, 41. Shaka Khan turns 55.
Who did?
Shaka Khan.
You always have to do it twice.
And Rick Ocasek from the Cars is 59 and still hideous.
I thought he died.
That was the other one. Benjamin Orr.
Oh, all right.
I think we asked that
You're right, every time it comes up.
Yeah. Staffing levels have dropped so low at the region's air traffic control facility at DFW Airport that workers are now required to work overtime, and there may be traffic delays this summer. This according to the union representing the air traffic controllers. The problem is arising because hiring and training of controllers isn't keeping pace with retirements. This according to Steve Bates, president of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association's Local D10. But Roland Herwig, a regional spokesman for the FAA, said overtime hours have been in place for some time, and DFW terminal radar approach control is adequately staffed and not expected to experience delays. Bates, of course, disagreed with the FAA's assessment, saying the center should have at least 83 fully trained and certified controllers. A Frisco homeowner was shot after a gunfire exchange in his home on Thursday. The shooting...
What? I was hearing something.
Oh, through my headphones?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about another Cheney thing.
Okay. What?
Oh, watch this.
Okay.
I can do this. I ain't even got to touch it.
All right, let me see. Back down there.
Watching it?
I'm seeing it. Very impressive. Could we get back to the war politics and the war?
Would you like to see the Bush and Cheney show?
No.
Now, did I hit you with that?
Yes.
Now you have to apologize.
Sorry on so many levels.
That's the rule.
All right. A Frisco homeowner was shot after a gunfire exchange in his home on Thursday. The shooting happened shortly after 6 p.m. in the 8400 block of Hickory Street. Steve Getty came home from work to find an intruder entering his house through a back door. The intruder was standing in a hallway, and the two became engaged in a gun battle. Investigators said the suspect fired 2 rounds from a handgun, and then the homeowner returned fire with a 12-gauge shotgun blast. The homeowner suffered minor injuries in the shootout, and the intruder fled, escaping the point-blank shotgun blast. They're still trying to find him. A happy marriage is good for your blood pressure, but a stressed one can be worse than being single. This according to a preliminary study. Study volunteers wore devices that recorded their blood pressure at random times over 24 hours.
You can apply that to any scenario. You got a good job, then you're going to be happy. If it blows, then you're going to have high blood pressure. Did you get the flaming sombrero ready for Gavin?
Ready to go.
All right. So, I don't get this study. Anything negative in your life is probably going to affect your blood pressure.
It is, but
why are they singling out marriage?
I think they were focusing on this one, because people, a lot of times you'll hear like single people saying, oh God, I wish I was, married or whatever. But they're showing that sometimes marriage isn't always what it's cracked up to be. If it's going badly, then they're saying it's worse than being single.
That would probably go along with the divorce rate.
Probably.
Old research says married people in general are happier and healthier than singles are. And this is going back saying that's true if it's a good marriage. Of course, if it's not, it's crap.
Well, if you got a divorce, then you're not married, so that really doesn't play into the stats.
No, these are just married people.
Yeah.
So if you're in a bad marriage, you can probably not have high blood pressure.
But if it's a bad marriage, then you've already gotten a divorce, and you're not going to play into this survey.
Well, so some people stay.
Well, unless you stay in a bad marriage, I guess.
A lot of people do.
All right. Go ahead with the story.
Okay. Study volunteers wore the devices for 24 hours. Analysis found that the more marital satisfaction and adjustment spouses reported, the lower their average blood pressure over those 24 hours and during the daytime. But spouses who scored low in marital satisfaction had higher average blood pressure than single people did. Springfield South High School assistant principal Carl Perkins has resigned from his job over his writing of some erotic poetry. Perkins authored a book of poems under the pseudonym Antonio Love. The poems contain sexually explicit material that was downloaded from a website by a student. Perkins' resignation includes a $20,000 buyout of a portion of his contract. The district will also pay his attorney $10,000. The Springfield City School Board.
Did they get any of the poetry?
I'm sorry, what?
No, they didn't.
No.
They just said that it was online and it was sexually explicit. But it was under the name Antonio Love. It was not under his actual name, Carl Perkins. Oh, no.
I cherish the experience of enjoying a nice warming sunset.
Oh, yes.
As my penis relaxes while it smokes its favorite cigarette. I soothe my soul with brandy and watch the praiseworthy day pass.
Yes.
Then I sear my anus with my lucky magnifying glass.
What?
The scenario compares to the magnificent and also inspiring dawns. Okay. It's also easier to detect, to avoid detection when I screw dogs. Until next time.
Yes.
I wrote that quick.
Good. Well, is New York's new governor a bigger idiot than Elliot Spitzer?
Yes.
On Monday, Patterson and his wife, new Governor David Patterson and his wife Michelle, admitted they each had several affairs years ago.
What I don't get is how, in this story, who's the new mayor? Governor or whatever?
David Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson. Now it's come out that he's had more than one affair.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How's it you think you're not going to get caught when you're blind? Anybody looking?
No, trust us. Nobody's looking.
Because, especially now, he's going to have security follow him everywhere. I don't guess you had it as the, lieutenant governor?
I'm sure he had some, but...
Well, that's how he got caught. Anybody in here?
Mm-mm.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
All right. So then on Tuesday, it came out that Patterson actually had numerous affairs, not just one that he originally led us to believe. That's lie number one. Now we've come to find out that Patterson might have been cheating on his wife as recently as just a few months ago, not just several years. There's lie number two. His latest alleged adulterous conquest is a 43-year-old woman named Diane Dixon, who incidentally won a silver medal at the '88 Olympics in the 4x400 relay. And finally, Patterson originally swore he never spent taxpayer or campaign funds on his ladies on the side, but it turns out that he used a campaign credit card to charge hotel rooms at a Days Inn hotel where he used to meet his original mistress. Patterson said he thought he'd reimbursed the campaign for the money he, quote-unquote, borrowed.
I didn't see no bills.
And then he follows that up with, well, if I didn't, I'll do it now.
I bet you will.
All right, who's next in line? Do they have anybody else there?
I'm sure there's a new lieutenant governor.
Because they're not going to let him stay in long, especially now if you find out he's been using credit cards to pay for his trysts.
The very last line of this is what's funny. Dan, you want to read that?
Yeah, in a recent poll, 2 out of 3 New Yorkers think their new governor will restore trust to the state government.
When did they do that poll? Because I'm going to guess that was before we found out.
All this came out. Well, look what happened. Who's the guy that was caught smoking crack?
Marion Barry?
Yeah. And they voted him back in.
Yeah.
And wasn't that smoking crack with a hooker?
In a hotel room.
Come on. Details.
Didn't he try and play that off as a sting operation?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, he was trying to say he was undercover.
Exactly what I would do if I ever got caught. Oh, thanks for blowing it for me.
I have worked on this for 6 months.
All my work gone.
Kick the door in and blow it all.
Our apologies, Mayor Serpico.
And they reelected him after that?
Yeah, after I think he got out of jail.
Yeah, he had to do some time in prison, but then he ran for office again.
There's somebody locally that's running for mayor. I forget what.
Wilmer.
City. Is it Wilmer?
Yeah.
That's a registered sex offender.
Yeah. He's on 10 years probation.
He said, I want to be able to give back to society.
Dan, you have that?
Yeah, I've got it right here from Wilmer, Texas. A registered sex offender is running for mayor of a small town near Dallas. James Brian Slater was arrested 4 years ago for arranging sex with what he thought was a 15-year-old girl on the internet. But when he arrived at the meeting place, he was greeted by police instead of that teenager. Slater, now 42, said he needs to prove he can be an asset to his community. He said he's truly sorry and hopes voters realize that people make mistakes.
Well, it's certainly easy to find out where he lives. Right. In case you ever have a problem with what's going on with city services, all you got to pull up is his sex offender list. There's his house. Did he reveal any of this before he decided to start to run? or did they dig this up? Because that's not something that's hard to ferret out.
I believe he actually brought it up himself. He said, I realize this is part of that deal. This is going to come out. I'm still going to run, and I think I can contribute to the community.
Yeah, I think had he actually been convicted of the offense, he would not be eligible to run. But because he got non-conviction, deferred adjudication, probation, he can run.
Yeah, according to...
How was Marion Barry able to run after he actually served jail time?
Well, we're talking Texas state law here.
All right, go ahead then.
According to state records, Slider was charged with attempting to commit sexual assault of a child and placed on that 10 years probation. He's eligible to run because he received the deferred adjudication and not the conviction, like Everett said. And the election in Wilmer is May 10th.
How are you going to spend that one?
You're not. In a small town especially, you're just not. What's your point? What is your point, really?
Why waste the time? Why waste whatever cash that you're going to spend for your campaign? Nobody's going to look at it. Well, you know what? That was 4 years ago.
When it's, quite well known sex offenders don't change.
Well, that's a lack of insight. I mean, the same lack of insight that would cause him to commit that offense would also cause him to think he could run for mayor and be elected.
Yeah, but JD's right, and I'd forgotten about that. Anytime that we talked about pedophiles, almost all the research shows that's not really something that you can rehabilitate.
You're right, and that's why we register them and keep an eye on them and know where they are at all times, and whenever something happens, everybody goes and, rounds up the usual suspects.
So even if you don't get a conviction, Everett, he still has to register?
Yes, for that type of offense.
Okay, all right.
Now, does that mean he's registered just for the time he's on probation, or do you think it'd be a lifetime?
It's lifetime.
Okay.
Lifetime registered sex offender.
Just do something else.
Yeah, it makes sense. If you potholes in the street or whatever, you pull up the sex offender list, you get his address, you go by his house. Hey, if you're not screwing dogs,
you work on some potholes.
Yeah, you can fill in some potholes.
Sure, come right over.
Whenever you're done with that Shih Tzu. Well, they told me not to screw kids.
That'd be great.
This dog's 7. That's 21.
Legal in every state.
Yeah. Were you going to say something there? No. All right. You want a break here? All right. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Cheers.
Out of everybody running, if he was, I'd vote for Cheney.
I would too. That's really kind of scary to say. He's just a scary fella.
That's who I want running the country.
You're right.
I want somebody that the rest of the planet's going to be afraid of. You got somebody with a pacemaker who really doesn't give an F about anybody.
And he knows so much about so many people and so much going on.
And when you go back and look at the debates, the last election, nobody had to worry about Cheney throwing out an absurd line.
No, you're right. Dead straight ahead.
Everything was very concise, all valid answers. Wasn't anything iffy about it.
He's frightening. And you're right. This day and age, I'm sorry, we still need to have that presence around the world. People still need to be afraid of us. And I'm afraid with Hillary, they won't be.
And with Cheney, those are the answers. Those are the answers that I want. There's no dancing around. There's no rhetoric. There's I gotta phrase this right so I keep everybody happy with me in the administration.
I'll dance around this.
Most people don't like the war, so
yeah, not well. We're aware of that perception, but what you don't understand is so.
Yeah, we're not gonna vacillate back and forth with the public opinion polls, mostly because people are stupid, and you don't know who they talk to with these polls. Was it online? Did you go to the mall? Did you go to the Dippin' Dots? Where did you go to get these responses? You don't know who they talked to. So was it anybody that had actually researched what was going on?
So we're going to let U.S. military policy be adjusted by the people of the Dippin' Dots? No, I don't think so. Thank you. How about another question?
Right.
Quick.
And he did.
Sweetie pants.
There was no lead up to it to try and, dance around it. Most people don't like the fighting. So?
Yeah, no attempt to buffer this answer at all.
What cut was that again?
Janie, it was 29.
2/3 of Americans say it's not worth fighting.
So?
So you don't care what the American people think?
No, I think you cannot be blown off course by the fluctuations in the public opinion polls.
I'll be damned if I'm not going to write him in on my ballot.
Is that Gail? All right, hold on a second. Hi, Gail.
Howdy.
What do you got?
Got really heavy traffic on 635, pretty much no matter where you're headed, especially between Stemmons and Central. No wrecks on there now. It's just heavy. Southbound 35 at Industrial, smack in the Mixmaster. You got the 2 right lanes blocked by a wreck. You're backed up to Market Center Boulevard. In Farmers Branch, northbound 35 past Valley View, that wreck is in the HOV lane. In Plano, the signal lights are still not working at 121 in Preston. In Dallas on 408 southbound at 20, the wreck's on the shoulder, but the backup just about onto Walton Walker. On I-30 eastbound at Beltline in Grand Prairie, that wreck's on the shoulder. And in Fort Worth on northbound 287 at Loop 820, there's a crash. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Gail. Clear again tonight. 50 for the low, then mid-70s tomorrow. Then on Sunday, some rain, probably 58 for the high. 74 now at Live 105.3.
And I also like the fact that you don't have to read anything in his response.
Oh, no.
Everything's on the table.
Well, during the campaign, regardless if it's McCain, Hillary, or Obama, any response that you get
is flowered.
Yeah, you have to go back and read into it or extrapolate what you... It's almost like they're answering in a what is it when you look in the paper for your birthday thing?
Horoscope?
Yeah, it's almost like they're answering your horoscope. You throw out a response, and everybody's going to get something out of it, whether it's actually your birthday or not.
They want to leave it vague enough that when you go back later, you can't pin them down to anything.
The season is right for change.
2/3 of Americans say it's not worth fighting.
So
you don't care what the American people think?
No.
That was his entire answer. I love it.
Most people think the government isn't providing enough to social services. You get a job. Well, most people think that the government didn't step in fast enough after Katrina. Get out quicker. I got out.
You want to expand on that at all?
No.
Well, what do you mean get out quicker?
Did you know the hurricane was coming?
Well, some people did.
Did you know the hurricane was coming?
Yes.
Move.
There wasn't an opportunity for the government to come in and move those people out.
I watched it on TV. I saw it coming in the Gulf. I mean, it's going to hit Louisiana.
Yes.
Move.
I think you're being oversimplistic.
No.
Well, yeah.
What would happen if you moved?
Well, they would have been safe.
Move.
Meanwhile, let me show you this.
Yeah. Did you get a good look at this earlier?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We've seen it.
Rub it on there.
You can keep that mic.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. Thank you. Do you want to answer my questions?
Huh? Yeah, you could ask him any question, and you're going to get a straightforward answer.
Yeah. What do you think about the downturn in the economy?
Sucks.
Do you see it recovering anytime soon?
Not a chance. People got a job.
We'd like some happy news.
I got a hard on.
Thank you for coming in today.
Really, I didn't float any question past him. It's going to be quick, it's going to be succinct,
well,
and you're not going to have to guess what he actually meant.
No, in this case,
people don't think the fighting is worth it. So
he didn't even attempt to go.
He didn't readjust in his chair. He was leaned back while she's asking the questions. He didn't blink. He didn't do anything. I don't care.
Well, I'm
not running a beauty contest.
He has nothing to lose in this case either. He's not going to run. He's not going to, he's got nothing to lose.
Are you going to say something, Trey?
Let's go. No, I like to shoot people.
All my selection.
There's your happy news. No other questions?
No, I'm done now.
Okay. Dan?
Bill Richardson, the nation's only Hispanic governor, threw his support behind Barack Obama for president today, delivering one of the most coveted and tightly held endorsements in the race for the Democratic nomination. The New Mexico governor joined Obama at a spirited rally Friday and said the Illinois senator demonstrated his leadership abilities this week with his speech on race, saying, "You are a once-in-a-lifetime leader. Above all, you will be a president who brings this nation together." Richardson dropped his own bid for the nomination back in January.
What is it, Trey?
I think it's just verbal jerking off, but Clinton's got to be so mad about this. I bet she can't see straight.
Why?
Because he served under Bill Clinton for 8 years. Under various things, and he was supposed to be one of her big allies, and then...
Well, Obama's got enough to contend with right now with Reverend Wright, and the fact that some people aren't going to be able to get past his association, whether it's valid or not. I go back to the fact that Obama hasn't shown any signs of racism ever. Everything comes out of his pastor, who turns out to be a nut. Now, whether you said through his sermons or not, and there was any type of racism thrown out, that doesn't necessarily mean that it was going to sink in.
Well,
again, it's hard to separate the two, but if I thought Obama was the most qualified, this wouldn't have changed anything with me.
CBS News had a poll that came out just like at 2 o'clock today about the Obama speech and how he did. Obama's speech, good or poor job addressing the race relations. 70% said a good job. Agree with Obama's view on race relations in the U.S. 63 agree, 25% disagree. Obama's speech, good or poor job explaining Reverend Wright. 71% good job, 24% bad. You care about any more of this?
Yeah, go ahead.
It highlights kind of what you said. It didn't really sway a lot of people yet. Opinion of Obama, favorable, 43%, unfavorable, 30%, undecided, 26%.
Well, that could be people who were going to vote for Hillary anyway.
I think it's down a little bit from last week, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they said any lead that he had over Hillary evaporated.
Right.
But, again, if I'd already done my research and I thought he was the guy to go with, I couldn't give a rat's ass less what his reverend said.
Well, I totally agree.
Again, even if his reverend came back and said, "Me and Obama used to go honky knocking. We'd like honky chases and watch it run."
Would Barack unite the country? 52% said yes. 35% said no. This is among registered voters. Is the little tag each time.
We used to get a can of nuts, open it up, and eat all the honky toes first.
And finally, have these events made you more or less likely to vote for Obama? More likely, 14%. Less likely, 14%. No difference, 70%. So I don't see that it made that big of a deal, at least in this poll among registered voters.
Well, and I'm sure this is going to they'll let this lie for a while because he made his speech. He distanced himself from Reverend Wright, said, "I don't agree with any of that." Things will recover for the time being, but then they're going to bring this up as we get closer to the election.
Oh, that's absolutely, because they're going to say, "Is this the man who you want to be the spiritual leader of the man who's going to be the leader of the free world?"
Yeah, because you don't know that Obama's just off the record has severed his relationship with Reverend Wright.
He says he hasn't.
He's still going to socialize with that guy?
No, socialize, but he said, like you said, he's family. I can't cut ties with family.
See, that analogy didn't even work. I can't cut ties with him no more than I can with my white grandmother. You didn't pick your grandmother. You picked this guy as your pastor.
Yep.
That's starting to piss me off again. So you can't equate family with somebody that you chose to be your spiritual leader, advisor, baptize your kid, and sit through his services for 20-some-odd years.
Big part of your life.
That doesn't mean that Reverend Wright was spewing this stuff out over the past 20 years. Maybe he just went on a kick 3 or 4 years ago and started hating whiteys.
Doubt it very seriously.
Got a little older. Maybe started losing it a little bit.
And it doesn't bother me what he said because that's a generational type thing. Reverend Wright went through all the stuff in the 50s and the 60s with the oppression and the buses and the separate drinking fountains and the theaters you had to go into a different entrance.
Right.
He went through all of that. I I'd be pissed off too.
Okay.
But I think I would have kept that to myself until after the election.
What is the point of bringing it up now? You went through it. We all know you did it. It's been in the books. We've seen it. We've even seen the movies. We got it. You went through all that. Why bring it up now? Well, to what end? As I listen to his speech, what is your point? If you get to a point, I'll go, okay, I see what you've done. You've made some good here. Now we can move forward. But we all know this.
He's talked about now, had he ended all of this with some type of solution.
Exactly.
Here's how we do this. Here's how we combine the black and the whites, all the different races, and we move forward. You don't get that out of me.
No.
You just get the GD America, and I've had it with white people.
Go ahead.
That post 9/11 sermon where he's saying basically that we deserved it because we dropped the bomb and all this other stuff, that really is probably the biggest thing I have a problem with. Because we dropped a bomb in order to end a war.
Are you talking about Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
There was a purpose behind that. It wasn't, Truman didn't just say, I feel like blowing up a place today and throw a dart.
Spin the globe, see who we end up with. And you're right. In the not the speech, in his sermon, he doesn't address that. We bombed Japan. All right. You left out Pearl Harbor.
Left out the fact that we were ending a war, saving more lives than we unfortunately had to take.
He could have brought up a bunch of valid points that didn't need to have anything left out. Slavery, oppression, the fact that we have to have laws in place to make sure that blacks aren't discriminated against. I mean, if we really were as far along as we thought we were, we wouldn't need laws to protect blacks because the racism wouldn't exist.
Okay, and as a preacher, you tell me all that. I know that, first of all. What is your solution? What's your point? Get to a point, and I'll go, okay, now I see why you put all that on the table.
Well, I think his point was just to try to whip everybody into some sort of emotional frenzy.
And that's true.
And JD's right. Where you going with that? Are you looking for some type of riot? Nothing's going to come from that except you're going to leave the service and you're going to be twisted.
Yeah, but everybody's going to join forces and agree.
To do what?
To come back to church next week. I don't know. I mean, be part of the group. Continue, putting money into the collection plate.
I think you get bigger groups when everybody's hating somebody as opposed to rejoicing. If there was some group, and every week I would go there, and it would be surrounded with people that all hated the same people I did, I'd never miss a freaking meeting.
Dan Lewis Fellowship.
But if it was to praise people around me, you wouldn't see me once.
No, that's
people like to hate.
I think people go to church.
Protest.
I know.
People don't like to do anything positive.
But the whole idea of church is positive. It's supposed to go, it's about love. God was supposed to be about love, not about hate. So that's why I'm totally off track on where he went.
You're right there. He has no punchline.
No, thank you.
All right. What are you doing, Dan?
I was talking to Terry on line one. He wanted to, he says he's got your back as far as this goes.
All right. Yes, Terry.
What's happening, man? Say, Russ.
Yes, sir.
White people is missing the point. I'm going to break it down to Malcolm like he told back in the 60s.
All right.
Malcolm said there's two types of niggas in America. There's a house nigga and there's a field nigga.
And what was the second one?
Huh?
Field.
Oh, a field. Okay, go ahead.
There's a house nigga and there's a field nigga.
All right.
Now, you got to understand, with the house nigga, his mentality was a little different than the field. His mentality was this. We sick today, boss? He did everything he could to please that white man. Now, let's go to the field nigga. Field nigga hated the white man. And if he had a chance, he'd slit his throat if he got a chance to do it. So what Reverend Wright did was, with his sermon, was combine the two. Because he was appeasing to the field nigga and he was appeasing to the house nigga. And his solution was, I'm all real. That was his solution. His congregation loved it. He made millions of dollars selling his CDs and tapes all over the world. That's just the old picture.
So you think that was the end result? There's really no solution to the end of this. I'm selling stuff. I'm selling the church. I'm selling my congregation. It's a lot easier for me to sell hate than it is love. People are going to buy that.
Well, see, that's the problem you miss it. See, you got to understand. When I say house and field, you got to understand there's a language that we understand that you can't get.
Well, I understand the difference. You got somebody that... No, I don't get it.
Well, you can't get the understanding and the coordination between the both. there's a deep rooted understanding with slavery, because a generation ago, our ancestor went through that. So some people plays on that emotion. That's all that is emotion.
Yeah, I got that.
Just stir that up.
He's just playing on hate, though.
No, you can't call it hate, because if you look at the
he don't like white people
and all that, then JD's sitting there with you, the Grandmaster himself. You know.
Hang on a second. Did you get a raise?
No, I did not. That's why I was indignant.
What?
That's why I was indignant.
I don't think I know what he said.
Again, I'm lost.
I don't know.
I was going to ask him. Okay, you heard it. What was his point?
Oh, there's no point.
There's no point. That's
short of if you're just trying to sell everything around your ministry, and it's a lot easier to sell hate.
It is. You're right.
People
That's a
people
passion.
are always quicker to complain about something than actually taking some type of action. Sure. You have the protesters out at different bush functions protesting the war. All right, what are you doing? We already know you don't like the war. How is this going to change anything?
Exactly.
Doing anything for the troops?
No.
You do anything else today? Short of making that sign and walking around in a circle. No. Anything get accomplished?
Nothing.
Has anything changed?
Was Bush going to change his opinion? Because you held a sign.
Why don't you go protest Cheney once, see what happens?
We're not that stupid.
You ever seen any speed limit signs in East Texas?
No.
That's what yours are going to look like. All right, go ahead, Dan.
Well, the Obama campaign launched some of its sharpest attacks to date on Hillary Clinton's candidacy.
I'm past the political stuff. Move to something else.
Okie dokies. Playgirl magazine thinks that Ashley Dupre, the Spitzer hooker, is getting all the attention in the Elliot Spitzer sex scandal, and so they want...
I don't think I want to hear the end of this story.
Sure you do. It's not political.
Not at all.
But I believe it's hideous.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyway, Playgirl wants to change all that. So yesterday, Playgirl made an open offer on the company blog to Elliot Spitzer, asking him to pose nude for the magazine. They didn't say how much they'd give him to get naked, but they did say it would be a very attractive offer.
Ooh. Why do they think anybody would want to see his business? He was having to pay chicks to look at it. That's not going to make me want to open up a magazine. Unless I got bugs.
I've seen his face. I don't want to see anything else that's associated with that.
Yeah, he's odd to look at every time he was at one of his press conferences. He was paying for chicks for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to stick him and his business in a magazine.
How would they do that? Let's just put for
well, obviously it's publicity because now they got it.
And then also, isn't Danny Bonaducci's spread supposed to be coming out soon?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say either April or May, I think.
Danny's in shape. And he's also trying to do some damage control. He was at some appearance running around naked, and his weenie was little.
Getting major shrinkage.
So I think that was his biggest reason for doing this.
Yeah.
So you could be ready for it.
Time to flow.
And he also has a new series coming out.
What is this one?
It's basically a reality show about parents who want their kids to be stars, and he's
one of the judges, advisors.
Yeah, he runs the show, and then they keep people off, and then I guess at the end someone's going to get a contract or something.
It's like an American Idol for kids.
I like Danny because we've had him on the show, but I wouldn't want him advising my kids on anything. That's just my take.
Very nice.
Right. Go ahead, Dan.
I just like how if he's going to pose in Playgirl trying to promote a family show.
Oh, it's not a family show. They're showing these parents that are just cutting each other's throat and backstabbing. It's
what's this on?
VH1.
Is that all they carry?
Pretty much.
Because that's all Amy watches on Saturdays or whatever. It's reality show. It's Bret Michaels with all his whores. Then you got Scott Baio trying to figure out what to do with his baby. And there was something on after that. And then there's Playmates with Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
I don't know what that one's called.
Joey watches that one.
The Girls Next Door. I like that one.
Why?
It's because they're so stupid, it's entertaining.
I can't stand any of it.
I can't not stand that show, and Joy watches it. I have to leave the room.
Honestly, to me, the best part about the Girls Next Door show is really the editors. How they edit certain things into video in the background and just the way that they put it together. They do that really well, and they make them actually seem interesting.
I know the entertainment portion is watching the stupid chicks. What irritates me is they're all idiots, and none of them know it. They think I get all this attention because of my intelligence, the way I speak.
And love me.
It has nothing to do with these two big hams hanging underneath my neck. They don't look at it this way. Those are God's pork chops and put around your neck so we would talk to you.
Men want to hear what I have to say. Look at the camera. Who else has cameras following them?
And it's not just that. When you mentioned men want to know what I have to say, one of his girlfriends on the show does a radio show, I think, every Friday for like an hour or two on their either Sirius or XM Playboy channel. And they show her going to do that, and that's entertaining enough to me because she broadcasts with her dog.
Well, that myth's going to be dispelled once they reach a certain age and wonder why suddenly they're not as fascinating as they once were, and people aren't paying attention to what they say.
Does the dog say anything?
Not that I've seen. I think it might be the occasion. She sticks the mic right up to that dog's mug. I think you get a little bit of breathing, maybe. I haven't heard the radio show, so I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. How are we doing, Chloe?
Speaking of dogs, a 3-year-old border collie named Talisker has been saved from certain death by being prescribed Viagra. The dog developed a dangerously enlarged heart after a lung infection. Talisker passed out when he got excited because his blood couldn't pump fast enough, and his owner, Leslie Strong, was warned he would die. So,
oh, my little king, I have good news. The little blue pill. Take it and then rub your little lipstick finger around my mouth.
No, nasty.
For I'm dry.
Oh, my Lord.
I love pink things. It's like being at Six Flags all year. Until next time.
Yes.
Break here? All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Number 1 afternoon show is found right here. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
That's right. We haven't talked since ever. You and I since a white trash party.
Right.
You enjoy yourself?
Oh, man, it was great. Great show. Band sounds great. You know, the addition of those horns and saxophone and
layered sound.
And Lee Harris on bass. Really, really good.
I got the video back from the performance.
Oh, cool.
Gavin didn't tell him that we wanted any sound.
What?
And when he says he got the video, he got the video.
Don't he know we want a talkie?
No, we just figured it. Want somebody playing an old piano in the background.
So it's video with no audio of a concert.
There's not even. I watched it over the last couple of days at home. They ain't even static.
How can that happen?
Gavin told them on the contract, so we want video. But there are 2 sections, video and audio. Gavin didn't ask for audio.
You've got to be kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So I got 2 hours of footage I can't do anything with.
Oh, man. Unbelievable.
Sends a single note.
Wow. And that was the only reason that I would... Actually, I didn't care about the video. I've seen us.
Sure.
But I wanted to hear what the horns sounded like in the new mix.
Oh, man.
We did actually end up with some audio of Everett singing, actually, I believe.
All right.
That's the only audio we have.
Uh-oh.
You and Stacy.
Gavin brings us into the studio and presents it to me as if, there.
Ha-ha. I've saved the day.
Okay.
I got audio. I still got to find out if I have to reimburse him for this.
Yeah.
What cut is Everett's first one? The right?
Yes.
would you bleep out season ticket?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to talk to you about that after the show that night.
Yeah?
Maybe slur that just a hair.
I get excited, man. You know, you're out there in front of all those people and you deliver the line, you know, and
so Gavin got audio from some drunk guy, found it on YouTube.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And you can't tell because it's bleeped, but the guy that's holding the camcorder is singing exactly along with you, Everett.
Well, it's the line.
Yeah. So Gavin said, why don't you just take this and sync it up with the video? Well, the problem with that is we added one more singer to this mix.
Yeah, the camera guy.
I can tell from this mix. The band sounds okay.
Yeah, and he's obviously enjoying it. Singing along.
I don't think the horns play on this, or do they? Hang on, let me listen. And also, possibly, could you make this a little less operatic? Just bring him for every show. So that's the only audio we have from the entire night.
Well, that's a shame because it was there was more.
So much more.
All right. You ready, Dan?
Yeah, all set.
Okay. You want legal here? All right. 5:51 at KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Dan O'Malley's here with more news.
Thank you, Russ. Jamie Lee Curtis went shirtless to pose for AARP, the magazine. Curtis is shown sporting gray hair and wading in water up to her chest on the cover of the magazine's May-June issue, which will be available on Monday.
Oh, I get that. I'll bring it in.
Well, if she's in water up to her chest, you're not going to see the rest of all that is horrific.
No, and it's the AARP magazine, so it's not like it's a Maxim or Playboy kind of spread.
The good.
So why is this a big story if they actually just stuck her in a vat or something?
Just the fact that she's about to be 50. She's about to join AARP.
She's going out of her way to try and validate that women just get old and your body does this.
Yeah.
She actually tells the magazine, I want to be older. I feel way better now than when I did when I was 20. I'm stronger. I'm smarter in every way. I'm so much less crazier than I was then.
But you look worse.
Yeah.
And I would equate that into everything. I would rather look better and feel like piss. Because she obviously, well, you've got older chicks that do work out that look fine, even up to 50 and past. I don't know why she thinks that
she just said
nature is fine. This is what happens to the body. Well, that's what happens to the body if you sit around all day just bitching about being a whore.
It was 2-3 years ago. She posed, I want to say in granny panties even.
In that movie?
Yeah. Well, that was it. Oh, the movie. God. Yeah, I forgot about that movie. But no, she was actually in a photo spread in a bra and panties, and there were granny panties.
Did she know there were cameras?
Yes. It was a photo shoot specifically to show this is what happens when you get older. She must have been 45 or 60.
That's what happens when you get older and you don't do anything about it.
Uh-huh. She just, I've embraced it. I'm going to get older. I'm going to get fat. I'm going to get flabby. It's just going to happen. She's not horrifically fat. She's just saggy.
Yeah, and she actually said now that she weighed in at 161 pounds after a tabloid reported it, and she said, no, I don't. She got home, got on the scale, weighed 161 pounds. So she started playing, tennis 3 times a week and doing the yoga, and she said she's dropped 20 pounds now.
Even when she was in True Lies, and she did that strip scene for Schwarzenegger in the bedroom,
right?
you could tell, you have to go back and watch it closely. You can tell they cut around any shot that would show her flabby ass. Anytime that the camera got anywhere close to the backside of her legs or her ass, they cut away.
Yeah,
so even back then, they were covering crap up.
Man,
she looked fine up front.
Yeah, she looked really hot.
But everybody looks pretty good in blue light, and that's what they shot it in.
Of course.
She went on to say, Curtis said, growing older means paring down to an essential version of yourself. She says, I've let my hair go gray. I wear only black and white. Every year I buy 3 or 4 black dresses that I just keep in rotation. I own 1 pair of blue jeans. I've given away all my jewelry because I don't wear it.
It's called giving up.
Yes. Instead of doing something about it. I don't even care if it's like Demi Moore with plastic surgery. She still looks hot. I still bang her.
Absolutely.
Because most of her work's been on her body, not really her face,
she
right?
She came out a little bit ago and said something about, I want to say even just a few weeks ago, Demi Moore, like, don't worry about the way you look, age naturally.
No, I think she actually said she'd do whatever it took to stay looking good.
Yeah, what Tri said makes more sense.
Well, okay.
Actually, JD's right. I remember I don't remember the exact quote, but she said something along those lines, and it caused such a stir because everyone's like, but you've spent like $1 million rubberizing yourself.
And what is it that, I was watching Dancing with the Stars earlier in the week. What is it Priscilla Presley's had done? Did she have cheek implants?
It looks like it.
Her face looks odd.
She's stretched. Facelift, and it does look like she's had some.
It doesn't look as much like a facelift, but her cheeks look queer.
Yeah.
And maybe collagen. It's sad to look at her. Because you go back and you watch some of the Naked Gun movies. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She looked fine.
So she's really...
And that wasn't that long ago.
I haven't seen her on Dancing. Is it really, like, distractingly bad?
It's not like Mickey Rourke or Burt Reynolds bad.
Or Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
He's...
You know Bruce Jenner has a reality show?
No, please.
Yeah. Doing what?
I don't know. Amy's watching it. I go to the other room and masturbate.
Thanks for the honesty.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Why is he on that?
Because he's married to the mother of...
Is that all you watch?
I just see... I keep up with entertainment news. That's all.
But it sounds like you're watching nothing but straight reality shows on VH1.
I really don't watch them. I just...
Somebody around you's watching it?
No, I saw a deal last night. I hadn't even heard about it until I saw it on one of the, entertainment magazine shows. And he's married to the wife, and then there's like 3 Kardashian sisters.
All right, so it's not focused on him. He just happened in one of the episodes.
He's the stepfather.
The episode that Amy was watching there was some rooster that was crapping all over the house.
I haven't watched it.
Do you know? So you don't know why they had chickens in the house?
I have no idea.
No. Okay.
I bet he knows. He's just not saying.
Television's just so sad. You wonder why we'll watch a gorilla sit in water on HDNet.
When was that on?
It was on over the weekend.
The same one?
I don't know if it's
the sequel.
Yeah.
The gorillas in the tub. JD's right. As soon as I got HD, there weren't that many choices. I don't care what it was. If it was in high definition, I'd look at it.
Exactly. I'll watch
Sunset, just a lockdown shot. Camera never moved. Sun comes up. There was one close-up of a gorilla sitting in the water. Just like a medium shot. He's just standing there. I don't know why. You can see his breath. It's real gorilla breath. I watched that for 20 minutes.
I watched the buffalo.
And the shot never changed. No. Just the gorilla sitting there in the water, soaking.
That's the first thing I do when I turn TV on. I go straight to HDNet and see what's on. And I'm always disappointed if it's something I don't want to see because I want to watch that. I watched a buffalo take a crap on Sunday. It was on Sunrise Earth.
What's it live? Oh, this was on TV?
It was on, yeah, no.
Okay.
HDNet. It was on HDNet. It was on Sunrise Earth. And a buffalo walks in and you go, there's a buffalo walking in. He's raising his... he's not going to... Yes, he did. In 720i. He walked in center stage.
Delivered his line.
I swear to God.
And I'm going to guess this wasn't live, so that was footage that actually went back and decided, here's what we need.
Exactly. Walks in, stops, dead center, does his business.
Hits his mark.
Yep. And walks off.
I wonder what's over there. All right. Good.
Okay. Well, everyone wants to find their soulmate, their life partner, the one, but sometimes it takes time. More specifically, it takes 22 dates with different people, 3 one-night stands, and 3 long-term relationships. That's according to a survey by a British website. Here are some interesting stats about finding your future spouse. 25% of people found their soulmate in less than 5 dates. 9%
I'm trying to think how many times I went out with Amy. Actually, that one was separated because I was dating Mona when I first met Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Got borderline caught.
Yes, you did.
I got out of it.
You got caught.
I got out of it.
You got out of it, you got caught.
Well, I nipped one relationship in the bud so I didn't get caught.
She busted you.
She thought she did.
But she did. You just talked your way out of it.
Well, then that ain't busted. You go to court and you talk your way out of it, then you're not convicted.
Okay.
You're acquitted, man.
You were acquitted of a crime you did commit.
You're the OJ of cheating.
Thank you. Then about 4 or 5 months later, I got tired of the relationship with Mona. Picked back up with Amy. I think we went out 4 times.
Before
there wasn't anybody else.
Okay. But you had sex on the first date.
She claims we didn't. I think we did.
Okay.
Because technically we'd already gone out over the summer, so.
Yeah, that's not really the first date then.
I was ready.
25% of people found their soulmate in less than those 5 dates. 9% say they needed at least 10 one-night stands before they met their life partner. And the biggest turnoffs for singles on the prowl for a mate are no sense of humor, having no skills in the bedroom, and, of course, poor personal hygiene.
That's my biggest.
Oh, hygiene? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about not flossing every day.
Yes.
I'm talking about
yes,
the vaginosis. Yes. That's not even something. That's not something you can negotiate. You can't compromise. You go, I love everything about her, but that.
And if she's not taking care of that early on, it ain't gonna get no better.
Well, maybe some chicks think they're supposed to stink.
No, I think everybody's quite aware of their body odor.
The chick that I went out with a few years ago, yeah, I didn't.
No.
I had no desire.
There was nowhere to go there. No.
Oh, my lovely wife. I'm ready to enjoy every inch of your body. I'll work my way down to your kitty cat of copulation. I am now ready for all it exudes.
Okay.
I am now ready to protrude my tongue.
Okay.
But something stops me. My tongue has made a run for it. I can no longer enjoy your burger of the fur. I say, with all the love in my heart, Chewy! Chewy! Your thing stinks. Bad.
It's an aroma.
It's de-elevated my penis. It will no longer function. In fact, it's taken my keys and left. I understand. This is probably some type of involuntary stench. But Chewy, I could continue with this thing if I had my Zebco. But alas, it's on the boat. Far, far away. Perhaps I'll fetch it and catch that thing. Perhaps your booty has gone for a nice jog and forgot to take off its sneakers. I'm done. All right. The odor emanating from your bush evokes many emotions in my brain. The first is fight or flight.
Okay. Well, we've mentioned this before, but just in case you missed it.
Sadly, I don't think this is a battle I can win. Chewy. permission to smoke? Perhaps a nice king-size Kent.
Filter or none?
I don't care. I don't care if you put a bonfire in there. I know some people from A&M. I would give all that I own for a sinus infection. But alas, I can still smell. Why? Oh, why do you test my olfactory senses in such a painful way? Okay, I'm done.
Did you know you can get testicle implants for your dog?
Normally in nature, animals use stink as a defense against predators. Is your poo-poo afraid of me? It smells as if you want me to go. I will go. Or perhaps I'll get a shovel and we'll bury it. All right.
The implants are made of solid silicone, and the implant procedure costs about $200.
If it's not afraid of me, then I'm getting mixed signals. Perhaps something is hiding in there. Let me fetch some cheese and my shotgun. When it comes for the cheese, I'll kill the beast. I'm very scared to see what comes out. Would you tell me when it's there? I don't really know.
But you're not.
About $270.
What is this story?
The nudicles, the testicle implants for your dog.
Oh, my little puppy.
Oh, Daniel.
Sans marbles.
Yes.
I have good news. Go ahead, Dan.
So anyway, the implants cost about $270, and one of the people that has actually done this for their dog is 23-year-old Sarah Martin of Cooktown, Australia. She got the implants for her Bull Terrier mix Apollo because she didn't like the idea of a male dog without testicles. She says it just didn't look natural.
I thought they did that mostly for dog shows. I mean, if the dog didn't have any balls.
They're doing it more and more now, just so people...
$3 for fake dog nuts.
Do I?
$300. $3 for fake dog nuts.
Yeah, because they don't like the way that, you just get a shriveled up sack.
Well, you just cut the sack off.
A lot of times you can't get it all.
Oh, well, what do they put in there?
There's solid silicone. So basically silicone marbles.
Oh.
So because the owner doesn't like the way it looks, your dog has to walk around with fake balls.
Well, it's not like you're going to be shunned by the other dogs. Here comes Bolus. Hey, yes. What's up today, Tito?
Look at that. You think those are real?
Yeah. He's got fake ones.
Don't even talk to him.
You can tell by the way they hang. I smelled them once.
They don't even move.
Stick out like a couple of torpedoes.
All right.
I'm done.
Okay. 38-year-old Jennifer Lowry of Peterlee, England, already had one drunk driving conviction under her belt. So on January 12th, when the police showed up at her house just moments after she got home from allegedly drunk driving, Jennifer panicked and hid her keys in the first place she could think of.
Let's see. In the cookie box?
No. If you're speaking euphemistically, yes.
Put her keys in her phone?
Yeah.
Not bad.
The cops told...
Well, obviously, if they know where she had the keys, they found them. How'd they do that?
Well, the cops told Jennifer her stepdaughter had called them and reported she was driving drunk with her two other kids in the back seat. But Jennifer denied she'd been driving at all, and in fact denied even having keys to a car. When the cops asked her to take a breathalyzer, she cussed them out. They arrested her and administered the breathalyzer at the police station, where she blew more than twice the legal limit. The cops still needed to find her car keys, though, to help
They'll
bolster.
never find these keys. The only thing that will screw this up is if I have a queef. Should have taped those in.
So somehow they ended up doing a strip search and finally found Jennifer's car keys.
I think with a fob that size, it would have stayed in there.
Not after 2 kids.
But I got rid of the big ones. It says Ford Racing.
They were still tucked away in, of course, her most intimate of areas. On Wednesday, Jennifer was in court. The judge basically told Jennifer he was disgusted that she would drive drunk with her kids in the car.
Oh, but it didn't bother him that she was hiding keys in her...
Yeah, it's kind of my favorite part, too.
We need a break. Yeah. All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
All right, Dan, what else you got?
All right. Oh, also, I'm still getting calls from people trying to explain Easter to you.
I got most of it down. I don't understand it.
No.
Or I understand it. It doesn't make any sense.
And that's what I think they're trying to convince you of.
That Jesus had to die for our souls. And
our sins.
To save our souls. And our sins.
So had the, was it the Jews?
Yeah.
They didn't have anything to do with the crucifixion. That was was it the Romans?
It was the Romans who did it, but the Jews turned their back on Jesus, saying he was a false prophet.
And because of all of that, Jesus died.
Yes.
And our sins have been absolved.
If you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior.
Well, okay. He seems like a nice guy.
Snabby dresser.
But it's all in direct relation to the fact that everybody turned their back on him.
Mm-hmm.
The Jews first.
Yes.
And because of that action, my sins have been absolved.
If you accept Jesus Christ as
I said
Lord.
I like him. What?
If you accept him as your Lord and Savior.
And the great thing is, you can wait right before you're dead and then accept him. You're free and clear.
Get all the same benefits as if you've been there right along, not having fun.
So what's the incentive?
That's what the rules are.
Well, what's the incentive to lead a pristine life?
'Cause it's a better.
If right at the end you go, Jesus, come get me.
Because you might get hit in the head and not see it coming.
Well, but the odds are I probably got a chance to thank Jesus or welcoming into my heart right before I get plowed into.
Well, that's true.
That's a good deal.
You see a train coming. Jesus, come to me. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
I give the rest of my life.
Oh, Lord, let that take.
And that's all you need.
Well, apparently, according to the rules.
And again, that doesn't seem odd to anybody else.
Of course it does.
Yeah,
it seems very odd. That's why it's so hard for so many people to believe, because they go, this is Dog and Pony Show. This is Disney.
Well, what's my incentive to lead a nice, clean life is right at the end, right before Amtrak gets me, I can say, I accept Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Hope we got it all out.
All out's in free.
Yeah?
Again, you live a better life and a happier life and a more secure life and peace in your heart.
But if I were to follow the Bible, they wouldn't let me look at porn as much as I do. I don't think they let me look at it at all.
I don't know what the rule is on porn. I don't believe the internet was invented back when they did the Bible, so it's not included.
Well, it's still coveting someone else's wife, another woman, coveting another woman.
Technically, you're right. We all do that. Go back to Jimmy Carter. That's impossible not to. You walk
Don't bring no peanut for me.
You walk through the mall, you can't help. That's nature.
Sure.
It's natural to look at a woman and go,
well, you're walking through a mall and you have things that pass by you. You can't ignore it. but to specifically go on the internet and seek out different things, doing different things.
Right, with different people.
It's my favorite.
I understand.
Well, and the trick with that is that's one of the 7 deadly sins, lust. But
we can't have any fun.
But that's according to the Catholic Church.
Exactly, but that's according to man still. So,
Gavin, is that right? Is that just the Catholic Church?
Yeah, Catholic and some other, but basically yes.
So what do you do after you have had a session with yourself? Do you do the beads, or what do you do? How do you get clear of
beads in your ass?
Yeah, you do that before.
The prayer beads. Rosary beads.
What do you do with those?
I don't use those.
What do you use?
I don't. I mean, I'm a practicing Catholic, but I don't believe in everything the Catholic faith does.
Do you go to confessional?
I have, yes.
When was the last time you went?
Back when I lived in New England.
That's been a while.
Yeah.
You want to come in here? It's Good Friday.
I'm not going to confess my sins on the air.
Why?
Because.
That would actually be the ultimate testament of your faith.
Yeah.
And we won't touch
you know that you're going to be forgiven. We won't what?
We won't touch your pee-pee. Come on in.
Yeah. The window's open. Next.
Oh, my God.
What? Come in, confess your sins. Kiss the Jesus.
Ridiculous.
Next. and today you can't have, you haven't had any meat?
That's correct.
Now, what's the reason for that?
Basically, it's a part of Lent, and you're making, a sacrifice.
Every Friday?
No, Good Friday.
It's specifically Good Friday. Some people do it every Friday during Lent. I'm allowed to eat fish.
So you haven't had anything else today?
Tuna fish.
Now, if you were to take in beef or chicken, what?
That means basically I'm not making sacrifices as a Christian, and yeah, I guess.
You go to hell just for that?
Well, I mean, I think God would forgive me for my sins. However, it's not good.
Would you like some brisket?
No, I'll refrain from it. I mean, I need to make sacrifices. Good for the heart, good for the soul.
Dan, you and Trey go get Gavin. Chloe, go get me some brisket. Run.
On Sunday, I'm going to chow down on meat.
Yeah, okay.
None today.
How long does it take for them to get to his office?
2 seconds.
Not like to cross town.
No.
Uncle, quit squirting.
No.
Where's Chloe?
Chloe, hold the door open for him. Bring him in here.
Gotta bring him in?
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Okay, we're going. What?
No, this is not funny, man. This is God.
No, it's a Catholic church.
Very nice, sir.
Hold the door open, Chloe.
He's really fighting him.
He is.
This is ridiculous.
Jesus wouldn't
serious. This is family values. This is everything.
Bring him over here.
This isn't even funny.
Here, Chloe.
Just come over here.
No.
Yeah.
Open up the mouth. Here comes the airplane. Open it up.
Hold his nose.
Make the
Hold
noise.
it.
Make the noise.
Hold the nose.
Will he not open his...
He's not going to...
What?
No!
All right, shove it in his ass.
No, that's worse. No. Jesus, no. Guys are sick, man.
You got it in.
Is that worse than eating it?
I don't know. I just think the rule is they can't ingest any type of beef.
Yeah. Sorry, Gavin, going to hell.
What is it, Chloe? Let me check the records here.
Yeah?
You're in hell because... I think I got something wrong here.
I don't want to really talk about it.
Did you have sugar babies in your ass?
I don't want to discuss it. Can you just assign me a room?
Why are you eating meat with your ass? You looking for a loophole?
I would rather not discuss it.
All right, well, come on in.
I love how he has Jesus in his heart and brisket in the butt.
Who is it that has to wear the flaming sombrero today?
JD.
Oh, why am I wearing it? Well, what did I do?
You made Russ cry. Or you tried to.
I did not. I just read an email.
You brought up the entire Police Fire Foundation just to make me cry. That's the only reason that you bring it up.
No, I brought it up because the guy said the Heroes Park is now in place, and the Russ Martin Show Foundation brick is in place. He sent us pictures. In fact,
now is that the first brick actually in that?
That's what he said. Yeah, he actually sent an email. Mr. Martin, please don't chastise or give Mr. Ryan a hard time about the bricks in the Heroes Park in Arlington. I chose to contact him to inform him on what was taking place. He had nothing to do with it. Thank you, Don. P.S. If he is punished for assisting me when I go to work tomorrow, I will personally order a third brick made out in your name and have it placed next to the other two in Heroes Park. I'm out.
So I get a third brick if we set you on fire?
That really turned ugly, didn't it?
Wow. It is Good Friday.
Wear the hat, head.
Shut up.
Where's the fire coat?
All back there.
Okay. We'll do it at the end of the break.
I don't understand why I'm being punished for reading an email.
Because you know exactly why you did it. It had nothing to do with
everything to
showing
do with
appreciation from... Is this a park for police and fire or just police?
I believe it's police and fire. It's Heroes Park.
Okay.
In Arlington.
That's the only reason you brought it up.
I brought it up because it's a very nice thing that
I appreciate
they did
it.
for
I
you.
appreciate the fact that they took up their own
police officers
collection,
put money in for it,
paid for the brick. I don't get why you put that in a Heroes Park. I'm not trying to be humble or play this down. It's an honor, but I feel screwy having that in there.
Why?
Right? It's a park for fallen police and fire, not for some radio show.
Well, but...
And I'm not looking for accolades. I'm not looking for any of that because that makes me cry, and that's why he's got to wear the hat.
I'm not wearing the hat.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing the hat.
You can either wear it on your head or we'll put it someplace.
I'm not wearing a hat.
Okay.
There's a foot down.
All right. Remember what happened? Remember what happened to Gavin when he decided he didn't want the plate for the plate job?
Jesus Christ.
Nobody says you got to wear the sombrero on your noggin.
This is absurd. I did something nice, show that these police officers are respecting you, what you do for their families, and now I'm getting punished.
All right. I'll be a little more democratic about it.
Okay.
Show of hands?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Flame on.
Thanks, everybody.
Nobody else
no
wants
friends in a room.
Nobody else wants to wear it.
I wish I could raise my hand higher.
All right. What? Line one? Yes, Kelly.
Yeah, I was just calling because I don't understand how you can screw with a guy's faith and the Catholic religion, but then turn around and donate money to the no-kill shelter, donate money to the Fire Foundation, and you're okay. You can screw around with God because you donate elsewhere.
I didn't say I was getting away with anything. I do these. Hold on. I'm not looking to get into heaven or become embraced with anybody else. I do it because I want to. It's got nothing to do with getting out of trouble or I think I'm trying to balance out the bad.
But he wants to follow his Catholic faith and not have meat today, and you want to pressure that. Why would you do that?
We didn't put it in his mouth.
But why would you pressure him?
We
What's
didn't
the
put
point?
it. We didn't
so
put
you
it in
can
his.
have a jolly and a laugh out of it.
Don't set me up.
Does it make you feel better?
Yes.
Okay.
And we didn't put it in his mouth.
Well, up his ass is the same thing. It's going in his body intestinally, and that's not what he's supposed to do today.
And you think he's going to go to hell because I shoved meat in his ass?
No, but you should.
All right, leave me alone.
The rules of religion are so bizarre.
It'd still be funny if he went to hell because of that.
Yeah.
He'd be the scourge of hell.
You did what? I'm sorry.
Why? Yeah, I killed a neighborhood. What'd you do? You ate meat on Friday?
Yeah, well, not really.
With your ass?
Yeah, with my ass.
You got teeth back there?
No, some boys held me down.
Oh, drop your pants and show us ass with the teeth.
God, it's just like being back on the show.
All right, Dan, go ahead.
All right. Electronics retailer Best Buy said on Wednesday it will give gift cards to customers that bought HD DVD players or HD DVD attachments from its U.S. stores as the format goes away in favor of Blu-ray.
That's a screw job.
$50.
Well, it's not the $50. It's you took a chance. There are two formats.
Yep.
And normally when you buy something, that's going to be around for a while.
You think, yeah. Just like 8-tracks, and they've stayed around for a while.
We've been away from formats emerging a long time ago. Last one really was probably Beta and VHS.
That's a last big battle.
You don't really expect that now. And you got all the people. In fact, David Pigeon called this a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
When I saw the first high-definition player, I went, which way? HD DVD or Blu-ray? He said, Blu-ray, don't even mess with the other one.
So I wonder how he knew. I guess industry, you just know which one's going to emerge.
I think you just look at the specs, and the Blu-ray offers a lot more than the HD. Now, it was a lot more than the HD players. But he said that there's too much that comes with the Blu-ray, so there's no reason to mess with the other one.
I think being a part, coming with the Sony PlayStations too, I think that had to have helped Blu-ray.
Well, but he made this call long before that they made that decision.
Yeah, you're right.
So, what, I get $50 for my old HD DVD player? Get off the phone.
My apologies. Steve agrees with Kelly, by the way, if you're wanting to talk to him.
About what?
That it was wrong to do that to Gavin.
Well, I know it was wrong. That's why we did it.
They don't seem to grasp
How many times have they heard us do something right to Gavin? There's no entertainment value in that.
Here, Gavin, here's a cupcake.
Now listen to the show.
How about a nice hug for Gavin?
All right.
Gavin, how about a nice gift? Who's going to want to listen to that? They want people to hear, they wanted to hear me go in his ass. Don't argue with me about radio techniques. I know what I'm doing. And he's lucky that Chloe didn't go grab a rib.
Yeah, I was just brisket.
Well, a Philadelphia agency has ruled that English-only signs at a famous cheesesteak shop are not discriminatory. The Commission on Human Relations says in its Wednesday ruling that the signs at Gino Steaks do not violate the city's Fair Practices Ordinance. Joe Vinto posted the signs at his shop in October of 2005, which read, "This is America. When ordering, please speak English." Critics allege the policy discourages customers of certain backgrounds from eating there. They say the signs discourage non-English speakers from going to the shop. Vinto says he has never refused service to anyone because they couldn't speak English.
Private establishment.
Yes.
Set any rules that you want.
Absolutely.
Nobody forces you to have the dual signs or say, yeah, we're going to be bilingual. Most businesses, or actually all businesses that do that, they're just doing that for business, for the traffic. You put up dual signs. You're not doing it because that's a government mandate. You're doing it because you want Hispanics in there, people that don't speak English.
Like the pizza place in Dallas that started taking pesos.
And that was nothing more than a PR stunt.
It worked.
Because you probably could go in someplace, give them pesos, and they might take it.
Sure.
Nobody made it, turn it into a big advertising campaign. Make any difference to me what you take.
It's money. It works either way.
Good, Dan.
Last week in a small northern village in India called Sani, a woman named Vinod Singh gave birth to a baby girl that the local townspeople think is a god. Sani and her husband, Susham, are the proud parents of
a baby. What? You just had a baby?
Yeah.
Why do they think it's a god?
Because I was about to say the proud parents of a baby that has 2 complete faces. 4 eyes, 2 noses, and 2 mouths. The townspeople claim she's the
Who's their god? Picasso?
The townspeople claim she's the reincarnation of Ganesha, the Hindu god of wisdom. Apparently, when villagers saw the baby, they started singing, dancing, and offering blessings. Most likely, the baby's faces are just parts of twins that never separated, but there's no word on whether it might be possible to operate on her.
That's like, they thought the 4-legged, 4-armed baby that...
The octopus baby.
They thought it was a god.
Why do they think the octobibby was a god?
Because it resembled one of their gods.
Why do they know it wasn't a big spider? The spider baby.
They have some god that has 8 arms.
Vishnu.
What?
Pardon you?
Vishnu.
Oh.
The god with the 8 arms. Looks like it had the elephant head.
I think that's handy for shoplifting.
And juggling.
Yeah. And now they got the baby with two faces?
Yeah, the two-faced baby.
What's that kid going to do? He'd be a program director.
Very good.
Thank you.
And moving on. This from Oprah's website, Oprah.com. 5 types of people that you should not date. No.
Why are you on Oprah?
When you dig to find things, you just sometimes find things. Number 1, someone who's jealous. Do you really want to date someone who constantly keeps you under watch because you like to flirt occasionally?
Or won't let you get a chance with your buddy for drinks or a topless bar or guys' night out. Something like that?
Yeah, that actually says it right here.
Guys' night out, I invited her.
Did you miss the name of the night?
Guys. We all went out with the guys.
That means we don't bring chicks. We went to a topless bar. They already had chicks there. No. You don't go to the ponchos with your lunch.
I have fun hanging out, and I wanted her to be there.
But it was a guy's thing.
I know, it was a guy's thing.
She wouldn't let you go.
Oh, she would. Absolutely. She let me go.
Is that why you brought her?
I brought her because I invited her. I enjoyed it. You
brought her because you couldn't go.
I can absolutely go. It was like a Friday night.
Why is it you got your ass chewed when you and I went out for drinks a few years ago?
She didn't chew my ass.
I heard it.
She didn't chew my ass. She just kind of said she was uncomfortable with me.
Sound like an ass chewing to me.
Oh, no, shut up.
What else is on there?
Number 2 of the 5 types of people that you should not date is a bully. No, no, and no. This goes both for men and women because women can actually bully guys too. Don't put up with this, whether it's mental or physical. The second they start bullying you, leave. Number 3, a 2-timer.
You got a copy of that?
I can give you this one if you like.
All right. Hey, take that home.
She'll leave you. You're a bully.
Yeah.
You want her to leave?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I don't want to get married.
You're engaged. You love this woman.
I don't want to get married. I'll let her keep the ring and the car as a parting gift if you'll just let me out of this.
Are you really?
Because I'm getting a wedding gift. Dan sold this yesterday. I got 2 wedding gifts from listeners. It was a donation to the foundation in lieu of a wedding gift.
Very nice.
I ain't cashing that.
Why?
Because then that becomes some type of agreement.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
I thought you guys said if somebody gives you a wedding gift and you don't get married,
you're going to get married.
They expect it back.
They do.
Well, I wouldn't think it, though, when it's a charitable donation, I don't think that same, etiquette would apply.
Yeah, if it's a blender, they want it back. But if it's a charitable donation, no.
A what?
Charitable donation.
Yeah. They're going to ask for checks back when I don't get married.
No. Yeah. I doubt that very seriously if it's going to the foundation.
And because the money's going into the foundation, I'm going to feel pressure to go ahead and get married.
Yes. You're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm not cashing those checks.
You're going to get married.
I'll stick the money in myself and send the checks back.
Why don't you guys just go do it this weekend? Just get it over with.
We don't have a license.
That takes minutes to get.
It's got to be 72 hours old before you can get married.
I'll go in next week and then get married on Saturday.
How do you think I'm going to be to deal with next week?
You're going to be hell to deal with as long as this is looming over.
Yeah.
Might as well cut it short.
I'd rather you do it now and have 1 week than the 3 months leading up to September 27th.
Yeah. Are you sure it's the 27th?
Yes.
Wasn't it in October?
No.
I think you guys are sliding things on me.
No, it's the 27th. It's always been the 27th.
I don't want to do this.
You're going to do it.
Why not? You love each other. You would miss her terribly if she was gone.
I would miss her for a time being. I don't like the fact that the door is going to close as soon as I go through the wedding ceremony and I make promises that appeal to me on no level that's going to close the door to any outside relationships. I don't like that.
Well,
whether I'm going to partake or not, I don't like not having the choice. And if the choice is gone, I'm going to be miserable every day.
No, you won't.
No.
It'll settle in.
Not all day, just from 3 to 7. So you guys decide. Personally, I say we go kill the bitch.
I'll say it again. I've never been in support of this union.
Thank you. How are we doing, Chloe? All right. It's about enough time to put the flaming sombrero on, Jimmy.
No! I'm not doing this. This is ridiculous. Over a positive, nice email that I got that I could have passed. I could have just sat on that and not even brought it up.
You did it because it's funny to you.
It's not
to watch me tear up or cry.
It's not funny at all. It's most likely amusing, but it's not funny. Not all the way to a chuckle.
Do I need to have Dan and Trey take you outside?
No.
It's going to be easier on you.
This is ridiculous.
Think of it as prison rape.
Or a Mexican clam dance.
Oh, in that case.
Give him the coat. Everybody got lighters? Not you, Trey.
Stay away from me, Trey.
Here, Chuck. You got a lighter? No. Dan, you got one? Is the outside mic already plugged in?
Can be.
Where's Dan?
He's headed outside.
We got to do this out front.
Trey, you go out there with him with a two-way.
Okay.
And I'll tell you when to go. There's a two-way. Take it. Go.
Well, I also take my headphones.
I don't take the headphones. Take the two-way, and I'll tell you when to go.
Okay.
Here, Dan. There's 3 lighters.
We'll circle this line. Thank you.
Go. What are you doing this weekend, Everett?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. Just kind of hanging out, watching some basketball. March Madness is on this weekend. So
you going to do anything for Easter?
I'm going to have...
Because the Jews turned on Jesus.
Well,
Our sins have been absolved.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll eat some Mexican food as a result.
No thank you to the Easter Jew?
Well, I don't know. I haven't really given it a lot of thought yet, but, that could
I think
change.
on Sunday, you should at least say that once. Thank you, Mr. Jew.
Can you hear the mic?
Yeah, it's on. Okay. How long before he's ready?
I'm ready.
They're ready. Give the word.
Hang on, let me tape this.
How can I make it easier for you?
What's JD bitching about?
Are you ready?
What's he bitching about?
Shut up.
What do you
Light
think?
the damn thing.
Ready?
All right, you heard him. Light it.
Dude, light it. It's absurd. Both sides? Are we lit? Oh, God. Dumbest freaking thing.
Did you load that one with extra fireworks? Huh? Yeah. Nice job. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Format doesn't matter. Talk, country, rock, Hispanic, even boogity. He's numero 1 over them all. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
How close is Chuck to the last airbag?
He is, at this moment, laying it out. I ran the wires. We get the microphone out there, the headphones, and the power cord.
Oh, okay. So, how long before Chuck's ready to go?
30 seconds to a minute. That's what he told me.
Okay. Anybody out there with a two-way?
Gavin. By the way, the sombrero in fuego is very loud. Maybe earplugs next time. My ears are still ringing.
Chloe, did it bother you when it went off?
No. Yeah. Well, this doesn't matter if it bothered Chloe.
You're a whiner.
Why don't you put it on sometime, Sparky?
Do we have time to load it up? Nah, we'll do the... I'll do it Monday.
Okay. Highly recommend the earplugs.
I won't
being in a war zone.
You did put the extra ones on there, though.
Say it again?
So we did put the extra ones on there, though.
Yeah.
Why did we put extra ones on there?
Honestly?
Yes.
I forgot it was you, and I thought it was Gavin.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You're forgiven.
Trey, you want to go out there with a two-way?
Sure.
Run. Stand there and look at me.
Gavin's got one. I told Everett to come in here. Give me that goofy-ass Jew lawyer look.
Easter Jew.
Yeah.
Where are you, Trey?
I'm right here.
I asked Chuck how long. I'll turn the outside mic on. How long?
Well, no one told anyone to move their car. Move my car. It'll be 30 seconds.
No, it ain't. I want to go now. Pussy. Just airbag and wrapped with 3 watermelons.
3 watermelons, big ones.
Pretty scratched.
Unplug that for me real quick.
Chuck's funny when he's under pressure.
Yeah.
This is exactly what he goes through right before we go on stage.
1 minute.
So flustered.
I need to go. Watch. I need to go now. I'm sitting in here with dead air. You go now or don't.
Working on it. It wasn't ready. Trying to get the things together.
You got Trey shaking.
He's now plugging in, putting the clips
on. All right. Well, how much longer am I going to have dead air?
He's running. He's now plugging it in. So it's going to be about 10 seconds.
Ow!
Is the mic on?
Yeah, it's on. What is it, Dan?
He's going to ram that 2-way through his eye.
Are you ready now?
No. He just messed up the watermelons again.
How do you mess up watermelons?
Okay, he's got them now. All right.
Well, hang on a second. Let me think about this.
You are
Give me
evil.
the nice on, Trey.
Have you thought about it?
All right, let's go.
Here we go.
Well, that sounded like that worked.
Whose car alarm is that?
Gavin's.
Whose car alarm?
Gavin's.
Was it close to the melons? I can't understand you. Dan, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
You are evil.
That's a watermelon everywhere.
Did it go all over Gavin's car?
Oh, yeah. All over the side of the building, all over Gavin's car. It went 360 degrees.
Hey, here's the Easter watermelon. You ready, Dan?
All set.
Chuck's not in here. All right. We'll go with this.
All right. For more information about the Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, and more, go to russmartin.com. To answer any question you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To instant email the show, and only during the show, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, JohnDavidRyan.com, DanAntassos.com, DJClo.com, TreyTrenholm.com, and for Chuck, the Melon Blower Upper, ChuckWheat.com. To reach Everett Newton, the rock and roll attorney, call his office at 214-823-LAWS or his website, DallasAttorney.com.
Hold on, Dan.
Are you going to detail my car this weekend?
I thought we just did.
There's watermelon and rinds all over my car.
Happy Easter.
And seeds, too. Don't forget that.
Well, how close were you parked?
I was parked up against the fence near the tree.
Oh, no, that's my truck is.
Yeah.
You got watermelon, it was over by the fence?
Yeah, you've had watermelon in your truck.
No.
Go ahead, Chuck. Hi, Dan. I'm sorry.
And the official caterer of the Russ Martin Show is Sugar Babies Barbecue. Their website, sugarbabiesbbq.com. Limo services provided by Limo George. His
Hang
website.
on. What?
Are you going to do it?
Wash your car?
Yeah, you're going to pay for my car to get washed tonight.
Yeah, I'll wash it.
With soap and water.
Yeah.
You're going to take it to a car wash.
No, I'll do it here.
Are you going to do it right?
Absolutely.
How are you going to do it?
I'll get everything off of it. You ever seen a DeLorean?
No. Jesus.
Oh, the official limo service of the Russ Martin Show is provided by Limo George. His website, limogeorge.com. Russ gets his guitars and band equipment from the Guitar Center. Their website, guitarcenter.com. The official liquor store of the Russ Martin Show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website, majesticliquors.com.
Are you going to stay in here?
Yeah, until you wash my car.
Flo, go get me a rib out of the Sugar Babies.
No!
And the official site for Live 105.3 is live1053.com. Happy Easter.
See you guys Monday.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.